Welcome back, everyone, to the next session of Dragonball Idiots. Last time we left off, everyone just got back from, well, I wouldn't call it exactly a harrowing mission because they absolutely obliterated a big monkey with another big monkey. Thank you for that, Core. But we did have some revelations and everything. Unfortunately, Crest cannot be here with us for this session, as she's quite busy at the moment in the IRLs. So what we are going to do though is we're going to pick off. It's been about a week since everything happened, like everything went down, and everyone's been off doing their own thing, kind of basically taking this nice like little week or so to just take a break from patrolling because of they had some rather large implications with the person who ended up I guess for the better lack of words corrupting Goku and Oolong in the last session. So I
Look at the
think for
long.
the Oolong, yes. The
Long.
pig.
The long oo.
He's
Anyways,
just
but
he's a pig.
anyways, continue.
But I think for this, we're going to start off with. Actually, you know what? Who wants to start us off with what their character's been doing?
I can start.
All right. So Hisashi, what has Hisashi been doing over the last week?
So, she realized something during the last session that she's not shared with anybody, and that's that while drunk, she made some really bad decisions.
Hmm.
Sorry, the music just suddenly kicking in distracted me.
Yeah,
So, well, I would like I
I
had like a
thought I
line
thought
of
my phone was going. I turned on my phone music
sorry,
and I was scared.
sorry. I
For
well,
some reason, the notification for it joining is so much fucking louder than the music.
Yep.
well, yeah. Well, this is yeah. Well, sorry. I should
No,
I
you're
should have
good. You're
warned.
good. I just lost my train of thought. Okay, so
Sorry.
she realized something horrible about herself, and that is that she, well, under the influence of some alcohol, adult beverages, uh,
Don't do drugs.
It's terrible.
she was, they were like, "Hey, we got this girl here, Cress. She's murdering people." She's like, "You know what's the best decision? Repress her memories." That's not what she
Why?
talks like.
Why
But
did Hisashi say that? Like she just got
Valley
back from a frat
Girl.
party.
Valley Girl.
you know what,
Oh
Hisashi?
my
She
I'm
god!
had a
gonna
younger
murder
day
all
with
God.
of
a
you.
wacky accent. Oh, but no,
I don't want to be here anymore.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
It's okay. My mom, my mom grew up in California. I can talk like that.
I have the
Uh,
Valley Pass. I see.
and also, people from California aren't people, so I can do that. But no, so okay,
That's
I'm
great.
trying to simultaneously make mac and cheese while I'm doing this. I'm sorry, I'm not on my A game today. But
Hisashi, ladies and gentlemen.
so, shut up. This isn't even Sasha. This is just me fucking up.
All right,
Okay,
continue.
no, but
Sorry.
so she realized that during that moment, she essentially decided that the best strategy to deal with that kid would be to wipe their memories. And after realizing that, she's wondering what other horrid decisions she might have made while under the influence of alcohol or other drugs. So has been going around to various psychics, magical people, and just straight up hypnotists to try to unlock all of her blackout memories to see if she ever made any other horrible decisions that she completely forgot.
All right. So what we're gonna do is to kind of like represent these people. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go around to the various people that we do know who can possibly do this. And we're going to start with the Supreme Kai. The Supreme Kai of Time. So this is probably I'd say this is probably around the second day of the break. And would Hisashi have explained all of this
Yeah,
to
she
Pranoa?
explained it. Like, hey,
So,
I really fucked up as a Supreme Kai, or as a North.
so
She was a South Kai at the time, I believe. Actually, or was it East
she
Kai? I
was
don't remember what Kai I made her.
I believe we decided on North Kai just because that
Right.
was like North sounds better, I think. Yeah, suck it, East Kai. But so so the Supreme Code of Time just kind of like upon first hearing this goes, oh no.
Yeah, I didn't make the best. She's also, I will note, sober throughout all these processes, because she figures that's gonna make it easier to root around in her mind than if she's out of her mind.
Fair. That makes sense. So oh, okay. The first thing that the Supreme Kai of Time, Cronulla, whatever you want to call her. If you want to
Mommy,
call her Scott, that's fine too. Apparently, no, not
mommy.
okay. You understand that that just makes her a lolly.
I'm talking about her tall. I'm talking about her tall form.
It's oh God. It's okay. Okay.
Have you
I have
seen her tall form?
I have seen her
Mommy.
true.
This is
Mommy?
facts. I will agree.
Sorry, mommy. Sorry.
Uh,
Anyways, continuing.
but so she is going to. Let's see. What is the first thing that she can do? Let me go check. So I think okay. I don't even okay. Um, okay. Let's see. Supreme Kai of Time is first thing she's is uh probably just sit you down basically. So you guys are like in the time nest in her house, which is still covered in junk from just her obsession of hoarding things. She's gonna sit you down, and the first thing she's gonna do is probably make tea because I feel like that's how Kais
Yeah.
do their whole thing.
Like,
And
is
so
this like that one tea that makes you trip balls, or?
this is as of right now, it's gonna be normal tea, and thankfully that is one thing she can make that doesn't affect people badly. Probably. Probably. So she sits you down and she made tea and she's like, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try um a ceremony essentially. It's called
Okay.
tea. It's called tea ceremony, and supposedly I've never had to do this with anyone before. Mostly because I'm like the only Kai around. Most of the time, um, what we're gonna do is supposed to just help you relax and figure out just just kind of I'm honestly not sure. We're gonna figure it out together.
All right.
So she starts drinking tea,
Uh,
the tea she made, and like after she pours you a cup.
I follow her lead.
Okay. So are you able to roll or are you still making mac and cheese?
I can be able to. I just threw it in the oven. It's one of those kinds.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So what I need you to do is roll me. Oh God, this is why we have things pulled up on the go. Roll me attributes. We'll say I think insight's probably the best one for this. So
Okay.
let's do yeah. Roll me insight. Either insight or history, whichever one you'd like.
Uh, so insight the attribute or history the skill.
Pretty sure there's one. I think there's just an insight roll, but I think I could be wrong.
Is there?
No, insight is
There's
the just.
Oh,
intimidation and intuition for skills.
okay. Then okay. So yeah, you can just do a just you just write out insight, or you can do history the skill. Yeah, you can do either one.
Where's history? Where's history? Well, H.
So
What
if
does
you
it say
just
about me that I'm trying to remember how the alphabet goes?
if you
Wait, no,
just want to
history
roll,
isn't a roll. Oh, wait, no, that's a knowledge roll.
Knowledge,
yeah,
yep.
Which I don't have knowledge history. I have
J- j-
knowledge, lore,
j-
universe 13,
just
knowledge, Goku, knowledge, diction.
there I forgot. There is just a history roll, is there not? Am I being
No.
No,
dumb?
it's just knowledge.
Okay, well then, what we'll do. So
I'll
you can
roll,
just
I'll roll
roll.
an insight. I'll roll insight.
This is why
Just
I
like
should
your
have
total
the character.
modifiers, which one do you have more in? Insight or
Insight,
scholarship?
scholarship. I have a higher in insight.
Okay, then roll
Yeah, so
insight.
just roll that. Roll insight. It's D10 for reference
Oh
if we
fuck,
don't.
it's D10.
Oh lord.
Welcome back to the weird system, ladies and gents. Okay, I have to fix the music while I'm doing this because the music
Oh yeah,
decided
it's
to
not
quit
on
on me.
loop.
There we go, and then I hit repeat single.
Nope, wait, I fucked up math. I fucked up math
Oh.
really hard.
How?
Wait, you have your modifier is a 3 or a 4?
3. I rolled a 4.
Okay, so it's 7. I won't get you all of your memories back, but so you take the tea and you like you. Well, say since you're sober and you're not trying to get massively drunk or anything, or like you're not you're drinking for
I'm drinking to
uh
actually become more clear for once.
so yeah you're drinking tea like a normal person. Uh,
For fucking
so
once.
as soon as this goes down, one it's very different than you expected it to taste. It's got like if magic had a taste, this is what magic tastes like, essentially, and uh, slowly you start to recall just some of like the random gaps in your memory. And one of the ones that you do recall is you recall being brought in by the Supreme Kai of your time or like or of your universe
Hmm.
back when back when you were in the this was I'd say just a few months prior, like this was a few months before you gave the idea to like seal Cress's memories.
Hmm.
You were brought in because as the North Kai of Universe 13, um you were the most active Kai at the time, and so you spend a lot of time getting to know mortals and everything. And so the Supreme Kai of your universe brought you in where into a meeting with between him and Odak, and you can't quite recall all of the details of the meeting, but what you do recall is basically making sure that Odak didn't murder some random child Acrosian that showed up on the Saiyan home planet,
Mm.
Sadala. That's all you recall from that is that you made sure that Odak wasn't going to destroy someone that day, and it specifically was an Acrosian.
Uh, well, okay, I'm gonna say Hisashi pretty quickly puts that one together, because that's obvious.
Mm-hmm.
And
And I will also say that you also know that right before, like in time, you learned that because the Acrosians were in your sector of the universe, so when they got wiped from the face of the planet by Odak for inventing time travel, having one show up randomly on a Saiyan planet was a big deal. But obviously, it was a child, so it didn't know any better about time travel or it didn't know anything, obviously, because it's a baby. So it was a baby. So you argued for its life, and this is while you were
very plastered.
very plastered, and you still argued for that. So to let's just say, even when you were drunk, you didn't make all bad decisions.
She kind of like comes out of the memory and puts down the tea. Well, I'm at least glad I didn't ruin everyone's life.
The Supreme Kai of Time, I'm just gonna call her Cronoa because that's her name. And she tilts her head and's like, I'm assuming that's a good thing, right?
Yes, I'm the one who saved Gheata.
Uh, oh right.
Odak.
So like the Supreme Kai of Time kind of like jolts back a little bit, remembering what happened to all the
Uh,
Acrosians in Universe 13.
She
'Cause
stands up and kind of dusts her hands and looks at Cronia. Thank you. She does like that polite Japanese, arms to the side bow.
no, it's just like, you're welcome. God,
And
you're weird when you're not drunk.
this is the reason I don't try to be sober. My personality's a lot less appealing.
Well, that's debatable. Well, if you need anything else, you know where I'm
I
at.
was once described while being sober as a quote mega cunt.
Oh, that
Yes.
makes sense.
Uh, and also Ruma.
That one doesn't. That's a surprise.
I actually no, she called me that while I was drunk, and that might have been Odak again. I was very drunk. She just says as she adjusts herself and goes, "There was a thing I was going to say, but I forgot it." Anyways, she says that.
Well, I mean, well, we're working on memory, so if you remember, just let me know.
Oh, now I
Uh,
remember. Isn't it odd that all the survivors of Universe 13 were from North Galaxy?
well, they're all from the same planet.
Well, not me.
Not counting you. Well, yeah, but you just okay. You happen to be in a meeting with some other people at the time. That was what we call luck.
I suppose.
Um, everyone else, well, the rest just that's happenstance, I guess.
Luck, happenstance, fate. I wonder if there's a difference. And then she walks out after saying that.
God, I wish she was drunk more often, and that's weird for me to say. This is what Cronia says because she's mildly concerned about you because you don't act like this normally.
She leaves. We're
Uh,
gonna. We can do more memory scenes, or we can just jump to somebody else if they want to go.
okay.
I'll say.
Does anybody else want to go, or
I don't care if you
anybody
want
else?
to keep on continuing. I'm as lush as you can. I don't care.
Sure. I just didn't want to hog. I just didn't want to hog.
Random
I think
question.
let's. Oh,
Go ahead, Core.
Would this still be on the second day of the week?
Yeah, this is all. So right now we're still on day 2. Yes.
Now then, Hisashi would hear the explosion, but don't worry about it.
She looks
Okay.
up and just goes, "Cora." Anyways, cutting into the next day.
huh?
So uh so Hisashi, you kind of sit with that for a day. Um and then who else would you go you go
Uh,
to would you after getting that from the Supreme Kai, would you Granola, because I'm not saying that, I'm not saying Scott, I'm not saying the full name. Um for
anyways,
reference, if anyone does not know, the Supreme Kai of Time, SKOT, Scott.
anyways. When I was
So
Yeah,
like,
that's my middle name.
well, it's SKOT,
I'll
so
be
isn't
right
that more
back.
like Scout?
Okay.
Anyways, but
it's just
uh,
it's the
when we
nice
have other
nickname.
people who could help, probably Mandel, honestly. Like Mandel would have something.
Okay, yeah. Uh, that actually worked. So this is day 2. So yeah, I think Manuel would be back by now. So so I'd say, one day passes and you head to the school where Mandel teaches magic to, all the rookie time patrollers who are still in lessons, and occasionally will help, some of the advanced time patrollers in their missions and with magic based things. And you find him, and I'd probably say you'd probably find Eros too, because Eros was on
Oh.
the Dragon Ball problem, and I would say Mandel just got back not more than 5-6 hours ago from his timeline in researching, and so I'd say Hisashi, you probably find them still working on the Dragon Ball. You probably would walk in on them just now getting set up to work. So,
Is this a bad time?
yeah. So Eros, you do see Hisashi walk in. You guys are just in a school, just a random. Well, I guess you're in his classroom, his big classroom full of like magical things.
No,
I just-
right now it's perfectly good time.
Agreed.
I
Yeah,
was hoping to speak with you, Mandel.
of course. What can I help the esteemed North Kai of Universe 13 with?
She just frowns at that a little bit and goes, I was wondering if you might have any magics that would help with the regaining of memories.
Interesting. Who? who lost memories?
She just
Or
points at herself. I drink a lot.
I have heard that, yes.
Hmm.
Let me check my books real quick to see if I have anything. So, he goes to like one of the shelves back and pulls down a book and is looking through some of his like more complicated magic spells. And while he is doing that, Eros, you two are just kind of sitting there, and the black Dragon Ball that's cracked all over is just sitting on the table.
Okay, I have a question. This is more so towards Eros. Do you think we like talk casually outside of missions occasionally? Like just to update each other about
Yes.
our lives and what we're doing?
Generally, yeah.
She just looks over and goes, "So how's the flying license going?"
It's going rather well. I've read through the manual.
Good.
Your
More
test, by
than
the way, for reference, your test is at the end of the week.
ah. The test's at the end of the week, though I don't think it's probably going to be a problem.
I suspect you will pass with flying colors. Flying.
I hope.
Get it? It's like a pun.
I do. I both do and do not look forward to when Core does his
But
test.
do you get it? It's like a pun because
I
flying
put
colors.
a hand on your shoulder and I say, "I already said yes."
Oh, sorry. She just looks down.
No,
I've been
you're
trying
okay.
to be more humorous in my sober personality.
You shouldn't try to be more than. Well, everyone should strive to be better at what they are, but you shouldn't try to be something that you aren't either.
What if what you are isn't good enough?
Then,
It actually says that Mandel walks. No.
Totally.
then be better.
Mandel,
You can't
Mandel.
change the past, but you can always make sure the future is better.
So as you finish on that, Mandel walks over with a book in hand and says, yeah, I think I can help. Uh, do you mind? We can do it here if you'd like, or we could go somewhere more private. That's totally up to you. Uh,
That sounds
Miss.
sexual. That's funny. That's funny because it sounds sexual.
Mandel
That's
just kind
humorous,
of like
right?
Mandel just looks at Eros very confused because he's a Namekian and he doesn't understand these things.
Right, Namekian. She just says before, yes. I would actually wait. Now that I think about it, would Eros know that Namekians don't?
Yes.
Okay,
Which
fair.
is sort of why he's giggling right now.
She just goes, right, Namekian. That joke doesn't even work. Regardless, we can just do it here.
Right. Here, and he kind of like points his fingers at a chair that's like next to a table, and he just kind of moves it using magic so that you have somewhere to sit.
You can just move the chair, she says as she sits in it.
And then what's the point of having magic? So he sits a book on a table right beside where he pulled the chair. And what he does is he's going to use essentially a extremely enhanced version of Second Sight, and try and look specifically into your mind for your past. Is
Alright.
there he's gonna put his hand on your head. He's like, is there anything specific you're looking for, or it would help the process?
Mistakes. Bad decisions.
Bad decisions.
I
Can
know
you-
that's not very specific, but hopefully that
Any
helps.
kind of bad decisions? Like, are we talking like?
As a
to-
North Kai.
Oh, those kind. Okay. Alright. Let's give this a shot. And so
Not
he
my various one night stands.
the not one it
I
what
Don't worry, it's a sex haver thing.
sex? I'm not gonna even ask about that.
I
So
don't
what
know
I'm
how
going.
to...
So what you're gonna do for this? So he is casting the spell, but he's using you as like a medium.
Mhm.
So you can roll a magic, and what's going to happen is I'm gonna roll a Mandel's magic, and you just add that, and that'll be the score. And then the number
Man's
I roll.
rolling a Mandel roll.
Mandel, exactly. I'll roll a skill check for him, and whatever number you get will be
Okay,
added to his number.
So what am I rolling? Use magic?
Yeah, use magic.
Okay, give me a second to mathulate.
Matthew.
Oh,
Whatever,
actually,
whatever.
I need to add whatever you got, right?
Yeah. He got a 12.
I
What's his modifier?
+9.
I'm better at magic than he is.
I'm better than him at magic.
What the fuck? Okay, I need to give me a sec to mathulate. Okay.
Dang.
36.
So his is a +9, but he's also not at best right now because he just got back from a really long.
He's also old.
Not that old. He's only like
He's
150.
decrepit.
He's 150.
He's going to die any moment.
He's younger than Guru and Kami.
His dick don't work anymore.
He doesn't have one.
It never did.
He's a slug. He can.
I mean, am I wrong? It don't work no more. Actually, no. There's like wild, weird slug penises that they sometimes use in like dick fencing.
I didn't know I could be
It's
flash.
your fault.
I just got
for-
flash banged by words.
You always do.
No, but like, it's slugs, right? That like some of them,
Yeah.
or is it maybe this weird sea thing that like the penis fencing, and then they rape each other with it. Whoever the loser is.
Okay, I don't know about that last part.
Like they detach the penis.
Okay, let's
and then
continue on with the
poke each
actual
other.
thing we're doing.
Anyways,
Anyway, okay, so using this weird version of Second Sight that he just happens to have laying around.
oh, Jesus.
We start peering back a little more, getting some more memories back. This one is way before Crest, Gheata, Core, before you knew any of them. This would probably be like your, I don't know, 2000th year as the North Kai. So
Which is pretty
relatively,
fresh, man.
that's still pretty fresh. This is, you were probably on the Namekian homeworld, and they were having a really big
Wait, actually, given my age, that doesn't make sense because I'm only 4,444 years old.
Well, okay. So for reference, if anyone doesn't know how this works, when Kais are born from fruit, from a tree, and
Right,
they are born as is, and then they're taught. If they're golden, they're technically assigned to be like Supreme Kais from the get go. Or if they're born from normal fruit, they end up being a Cardinal Kai. They're basically they're not really taught how to be North Kais or anything, from what I gather. They just kind of know what to do.
That's fair. Okay, continuing then.
So you were on the Namekian homeworld. They were having a really big issue with a drought, and they didn't want to use their They didn't. So they had Dragon Ball. Did not want to fix a natural disaster like that because that messes with the natural order of things, and they were looking for help, like some guidance. And you being very early, one being drunk and two being very early on in Supreme in Kaihood, just being relatively young in the matters of the years, kind of just told them to use the Dragon Balls, and that ended up making their dragon wasn't very pleased, and essentially it just kind of it hindered their relationship with their dragon, essentially.
Oops.
Which is, I mean, it's something that can happen if you ask. You can piss off a dragon, as we've seen multiple times in the show. It doesn't really affect the wishing or anything, but it just does upset the natural order of things within, the Namekian system of like magic and stuff. For reference, Mandel does not see any of this. He's just strictly trying to help you remember, so he doesn't see any of this. You come out of that memory, and Mandel just kind of like looks over, is like, "Well, did you see anything bad?"
Okay, just to double check. What did you say I specifically told them to wish against?
So they didn't want to use their Dragon Balls to fix a natural disaster that was befalling their land. You told them to do it anyways. Essentially, you were like, you have the power to fix this now. You might
Well,
end up worse off.
let's just say you have every right to be angry. You specifically have every right to be angry at me.
I typically don't get angry at people. Typically.
I'm practicing honesty now, so the Namekians of my world had a natural disaster befalling them. They came to me for help and told me explicitly they did not wish to use the Dragon Balls.
For a
I
natural,
told them
that makes sense.
I told them to do it anyways. Their dragon was
Um,
not pleased.
I don't suspect he would be. I'm assuming there's his name Purunga too. Um,
Actually,
hmm.
it's Burunga.
Wait,
I'll
That's
let that one
canon now. The
slide.
DM can't stop me.
I'll let that slide. That sure, his name is Barunga.
Gurunga, I thought, but out of the way.
Was it
No,
Gurunga?
I said Burunga because
Okay,
I thought that
but
was
Cool.
okay.
It's like Boruto for Purunga. Got it.
Burunga.
Ah, Borunga.
anyways,
What were
boy's
you?
just looking between the two of them and says, "Isn't stopping many people from dying a good thing?"
Not if it's from. So Mando kind of just looks at you like, not if it's from natural order of things. Like, if you starve to death, that is, well,
The
it's a
dragon,
natural thing.
the dragons do not. The dragons are not meant to interfere with the natural order. They're meant to
Right.
modify things that are unnatural, so to say, or that are of human, uh, that are of conscious desire.
Were
Right.
the Namekians there able to travel through space?
No,
Hmm.
probably not. I mean, well,
So
actually,
bombarding the planet with some comets wouldn't have helped.
As the North Kai, I had it in my power if I felt like expending the resources to help them barricade themselves, or even to dissuade the disaster itself. I chose not to utilize these resources or gather people up or anything. I told them to simply take the path of least resistance, ignoring both their traditions, culture, and their relationship to their dragon.
Well, it's a you made an interesting decision for something that would, in theory, would have been bad either way you look at it. If it's anything like what happened in Universe 7, well, not a lot of them lived after that one, from what I heard.
I suppose in the end I didn't do the wrong thing, but I didn't do the most right thing either.
Important lessons.
And important
I'm not angry at you for
she
that.
just
Things
she just
happen.
looks she just looks up and says, "You can't learn a lesson if you don't remember it."
You remember it now, and that is what's important. Uh, we can try again if you're feeling up to it, but
It's
if
fine.
not, if you want, you can help us with whatever that thing is, and he points at the Dragon Ball sitting on the table.
That's a more pressing matter. So she's gonna help with that.
Okay, so he sets everything aside, and then he gets his notes out from when he went traveling, and he hands them to you and Eros, and immediately starts to explain everything he could figure out, and that goes as follows. I have no idea what this thing is.
Helpful. She just says, putting it down.
I checked every corner of
Wait, I need to
our.
ask. Does he literally just hand us a note that says, "I don't know"?
Well, no. What he does is he hands you like a one of those leather bound notebooks that like like one of those things that is like hand bound by someone, and it's not a lot of notes. It's like maybe 10, 20 pages of notes that he
And I'm guessing
found.
at most he's figured out what it's not.
Yes. So Eros knows a little bit more about this than you do, because we spent a really long time trying to figure it out from the books in the library. Um, Dragon Balls typically have some kind of magical signature associated with them that has it's got a specific quality to it that most Namekians can kind of figure out. I went looking through all of the notes that I had at home, back home. I went to the Grand Elder, asked him if I could take some notes from our book of lore. There was nothing on whatever this thing is. The magic doesn't make sense. I've never seen one of this color or this style. It is quite simply, I don't think there's ever been a Dragon Ball that has ever existed like this, which is one, concerning, and two, strange, because that means that there was a Namekian who made these that, or not a Namekian, and
And
I have
non-Namekians even make Dragon Balls?
I do. Well, I used to not think so, but now this exists, and I don't know a Namekian who could make one of these.
So
It doesn't make
essentially,
any
throw
sense.
all the rules we know out the window.
For the most part, yes. I could assume that there are at least 7 of these. At least there could be less, but given the size of the orb and
At least
how much
15.
magic it puts off,
Also, this is really
there's
being an overly pedantic asshole, but at least would mean bare minimum. You should say maximum there would be 7, because if there could be less, it would not be at least 7. Sorry. She just looks down in shame.
Mandal's like, yeah, fine. I'm not used. I don't like speaking in common. That's fair. And so he's like, at most there are actually, if there are less, I would be surprised
Okay.
for their shape and how much magic they put, how much energy they put off. Because I don't know what it is. It's weird magic if it's magic.
Didn't
There are most likely 7. Let's just say that.
Sorry,
That I
but
can tell you.
I believe Cronia said it was similar to the energy that was put off by an incident that happened a while ago.
Incidents.
Something with a hero that needed to be summoned.
I don't think I was here for that. Oh, I'd have to ask some of the other teachers if they know about that much. Um,
I'm not
let
making it
me.
up, right? It was stated to be similar to the energy from Xenoverse, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right. He just Mandel doesn't know about it because he wasn't a teacher then.
I think speaking to Cronia about this would be quite helpful for your research.
I'll leave that to the two of you to take to her because that's what the notes are for. I'll keep digging in my spare time, but as of now, I don't know if there's anything, at least in notes, that I could put down. I can keep doing spells and check it over and over again. I assume that's what we're going to do for the next 3 hours. But as for what it does, I honestly I couldn't even tell you what the name of the dragon is, and I couldn't tell you how long they've been around. I will. Okay, I take that back. I can tell you they're old.
This
That
helps.
that actually is helpful. No, genuinely it is. We know it's not a modern creation. These things have existed for some time. And the
Um,
longer something has existed, the more likely it is that someone has encountered it.
Well, maybe. I had our Grand Elder try and date it. Um,
Why would you date an orb? I don't believe they return romantic affections.
He's
I'm joking.
asexual.
I'm doing it. I'm doing a bit.
I know you're joking.
Mando's like, is this one of those things I wouldn't get again?
Yes. Don't
Well,
worry
okay.
about it.
Wait, are you kind of asexual or aromantic as well?
We lay eggs. We, I believe the term is asexual. Yes.
Well, I'm saying, like, do you romance or just no?
No.
Okay, that's fair.
We're all related to one another, so I believe that would be strange by your standards.
That would be incest.
Not sure, but yes, whatever that. If that means kin on kin, yes. We're all brothers, or sons and fathers.
So, bringing this to
Regardless.
someone who's aware of these energies.
Yes, Cronia should be aware of them, along with Trunks.
Well, if you want, well, like the date that I tried to get, They may be older than the Super Dragon Balls.
Sorry, what? She just looked over.
They may possibly be older than the mystical orbs in Universe 6 and 7 that can grant literally any wish. The one the size of planets.
That would make
Those
them about older than reality, I believe.
just a little bit, yes. A few millennial older, actually. So really old.
These would predate the Omni King.
Not quite. Maybe. I'm not totally sure.
It
They're old.
There's plenty of theories that the universe or multiverse have cycles to them, so if that's true, it just proves that right.
I'm, the thing is, we're also picking these up as part of the Time Patrol. It's possible that these things have just existed in a far, 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 far future, or
Okay.
some kind of, or they've just been looping in time somehow, which
You
is
know what,
also a
regardless,
possibility.
do we want to run a bunch of tests on these first, or should we take them to Cronia and Trunks?
The two of you are the patrollers. I'll leave that up to you.
Eros, what do you think?
Do you think there's even going to be anything we get new from not exploring Cronian Trunks's?
I haven't tested them
Knowledge.
before. Have you tried any tests? Are there any tests left you haven't
We've
tried?
tested them extensively. I don't think we've tried any time-based. No, he thinks about it. You used
No.
precognition?
That's what I had the Grand Elder do to figure out how old they are, and he couldn't see when they were made, and he pretty far back.
Mm.
Regardless,
So,
then let's take them
yeah.
to. I think in that case, unless there's any reason you'd want to do more tests on them, let's take them to Cronia and Trunks.
By all means, if I can be completely honest with the two of you, this thing freaks me out like a lot.
We'll get it out of here because you're probably
That is-
pretty skeeved right now.
That is the correct answer to be weirded out.
She picks up the orb.
Okay, yeah, you pick up the orb, nothing happens. It doesn't even feel like it doesn't even feel like magic's coming off. It's just
She, then tucks it under her arm and goes.
Eros, or would you follow, or are you gonna stay with
I
Mantle?
follow.
All right.
All right.
So
And actually, he says something along the lines of, you know, what if there's a god key equivalent of magic?
God magic? I
Yes.
suppose it's not impossible.
Where it doesn't get detected by magic.
I suppose it's not impossible.
Could explain why we can't figure anything out.
I believe my belief is that the energy that comes from this is not key or magic.
It'd be nice to have some of it then.
Anyways, she takes it.
okay. So the two of you, you do walk by the
Core's corpse.
not Core's corpse. You do walk by the training center on to to there's not an explosion now. What does happen
Time.
is not this time. Core comes flying out of one of the sides of the buildings and he gets his head stuck in a wall.
Hi, Core. She just says, walking by, waving.
Well, real quick,
We don't
walk
help him,
past?
right?
This is Hisashi and Eros.
So before the head gets stuck, Eros says,
She just waves, hi, Core, and keeps walking.
Did you
rips
hear what
head
he
out
was
of
saying?
wall. Almost. It's almost here.
I do
Hi,
enjoy
Core.
the fact he's peeking the mic.
Hi, Core. Thanks for calling for your Call of Duty, Mike.
Yeah, sorry.
You're good.
I do be on phone.
Hey, it happens to the best of us. It happened to me, remember? When my computer broke.
Hey, at least it's a downtime session.
Exactly. That's
That
the
way you didn't
biggest
look at your
point.
sheet too much. But she goes,
So Core, how'd you do with your roll? It, it,
anyways,
That
uh,
sound like
not that bad.
Not
But,
too bad. The first scream was a little muted.
she
Not too bad.
she goes. But anyways, she just keeps walking.
So
have fun. Whatever you two doing, you crazy people. I gotta get back to. Oh wow, my head really hurts. Oh god.
Go visit the meds. Go
No,
visit the medical
uh,
center.
back to training.
Eros just walks over and uses healing hand on him to heal him.
you get healed
I
up, Core.
appreciate it. I feel better now. Now I can tackle another wall and actually be okay this time. Thank you.
You
Stop-
won't,
no.
but okay.
She just goes no and keeps walking.
Okay, so you two keep walking. While you're walking, we're gonna stick with Core for just a few minutes. And Core, you go back in the training room where you see what was his name? I believe it was Jose or some.
Jose. Jose.
It was Jose, I think, but I'm gonna check. Julio. It was Julio.
Julio.
It was
Julio.
Julio. Julio marks your score up again. What was it at last time? I think oh god, I have to go back and look everything. We are at, so you went from 57 to 64, and Crest is still sitting at 78 on the
Let
board.
it slide, because I'm trying to do something. I'll let
Wait,
that
what'd you say?
slide.
What'd you say his number was currently at?
64.
Anyways,
Okay, for anyone curious, Hisashi just posted in our Discord and said, core own count 64, bypassing Krillin's in our I believe this is maybe our either eighth or ninth episode. I think it's our eighth episode.
Yep, 8th.
And I find that quite funny. Anyway,
anyways,
so Core, you go back in, and instead of going to your normal training area like usual, you go into like a side room where there is just a big circular ring, and there's just a big divot towards them. Like it's like a crater in the ground that levels off, so you have a place to train. You somehow manage to launch yourself out.
All right, I'm getting there. I'm getting the hang of this. I'm getting the hang of this new ability I've created. All right, I gotta stick a little bit. I gotta strengthen it just a tad bit, and then I'm almost there. This is my feeling. I'm close. I'm close to it.
Oh,
Starts
baby.
walking out.
So close.
So
Oh
Core,
my.
Core, you are the only one in the room, but I mean, you're the only human in the, or not human, you're the only living
Same.
person in the room, but there is like a robot assistant droid that's just in the corner who is just watching and if robots could sweat, he would be sweating.
a
So
little bit.
So I'm gonna make this correlation bomb, and I'm gonna stick it here in the middle of this sphere. Now I'm going to. He lets go of it. Yes. All right. So we're almost there. We're halfway done. It stayed stationary. It's not falling. It looks like this time, and it's not levitating. Well, it is levitating. I mean, it's rising. And that's a robot. Is it rising? Is that what going up means, right?
I do not want to die today.
Okay, that was not helpful, but thank you for your input. I'll try not to. You might not. Hopefully not. I might fly into you, but you never know. Anyway.
Please don't.
So I have this. Okay, so from here, he quickly taps it, and only what he can see is like this big thread coming from it. He's like, all right. So now I'm gonna slap it onto my chest, and he slaps it. All right. Okay, now I'm tethered to it. Cool. All right. I'm gonna start running now.
So Core, you put this thing on your chest, and there's that very near invisible, just tiny thread that goes all the way to your correlation bomb. And so what you do, as if you're in like a boxing ring, you just you start walking backwards until the line gets really tight, and then you just start running, and you run at full speed all the way across this little like the ground, and you start running up the circle thing, and you're immediately pulled backwards into the ground. You make a core-sized hole in the ground.
Oh, we're gonna try to get. No, that's not far enough. I need to resist just a little bit more. Gets right back up, does it again.
So you do it. You do the same thing again, only this time, roll me athletics.
Athletics. Oh, now you're speaking my language.
Don't forget we're in D10, so just roll a
I know.
D10.
I
I'm
don't
getting a
enjoy
D10 now.
core ASMR.
Just-
Oh,
Just a bunch of dying noises.
just saying.
A giant explosion dot. I'm a MP3 dot put here.
Everyone be on the lookout for our exclusive Patreons only core ASMR. For reference, we don't have either of those things. That is a
Kind of
joke.
sucks.
Yeah, of course we don't have Patreon. You gotta sign up for the YouTube subscription program.
However
become a
that
member.
works.
Let's see what we got.
It kind of sucks. Not gonna lie, this kind of sucks.
7. Okay, so core, you start running. You make it up. You make it to the. This time, you make it to like the top of the like the level out of like the crater thing, and instead of getting sent backwards this time, the little correlation bomb just kind of
Damn it.
levitated. It started levitating up and making sure that it's parallel with you, and you immediately get shot backwards. And instead of going through the wall, you stop about halfway and then go the other direction, and you're just getting yo-yoed back and forth.
Oh, hey, oh no, oh baby, this is not, oh dear, okay, I gotta control it, this is weird, oh wow, I'm getting dizzy, oh god, wait, what deer, hey, robot, what
Man's
deer is
turning
it?
into Hulk
Oh, like I'm
Hogan.
time traveling, wait a minute, where am I? Whoa!
Slim Jim.
Then he starts flying.
Ooh, snap,
Then he
ooh,
starts
Slim
flying. He's
Jim.
like, okay.
You
Okay.
okay? I need one more athletics check to try and stop yourself in midair.
Nope.
Oh no! I just heard you say nope, and I don't like what that means.
A 5. 1 plus 4.
Oh, was the one on the
You rolled a
D10?
1.
Yeah.
Oh, then it's -5.
It's -5. You just rolled a negative
0.
number. You roll. So it's a 4. So you got a 5.
Negative
So instead of
1.
that's. Oh my
No,
god.
no. If what you just said is true, 1 plus 4 is 5. Minus 5 is 0.
Oh, yeah.
Literally how that
Yeah,
works.
because the -5 was after all that. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Sometimes I think the 1 gets turned into a -5. It's my brain. It's for the purposes of That's for the purposes of the system. I thought the 1 got turned into a -5 instead of being a 1. That's my bad. I don't know why I think that sometimes, but I do. So, you in fact do not stop yourself, because when you try and stop yourself, you realize that all of your concentration was on keeping the tether, and the tether snaps, and you go flying right out of the wall again.
Oh, damn it! No.
You remember those? Does everyone remember? Does everyone remember those market vendors from like 4 episodes ago?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Core hits them again.
Why would you
By the
do
way,
this?
Core gets right up. Julio, we broke another wall.
Julio can't hear you. You ran through 2 buildings this time.
Julio's dead.
Wow, that's some that's some old dust. Wow, that's not new dust. That's old dust.
Core, when you get up, remember the white Namekian and the strange feminine looking Acrosian are staring down at you, because this is twice now that you've ruined their place of business.
My cabbages!
He gets up, brushes himself off. Have I met you two before? You two look very familiar.
I'm going to kill you with my bare hands.
I get that a lot. You won't be able to do it. Walks
Right.
past, continues to just walk towards the training facility through the
While
wall.
you're doing that, the Namekian is quite literally holding the Acrosian back from trying to murder you.
is a strong man.
Yeah.
Holding this tiny accrosion by the top of her head.
I was picturing like it's a bear hug.
Either way.
Yeah, it's a bear hug where it's just like, no,
I find
let it
either
go.
way funny.
Let it go.
I was picturing a
Let
bear
it
hug where she's
go.
like, yeah,
Let it
like
go.
flailing around her
Silence.
limbs. Anyways,
Can't
So,
hold her back anymore.
Please don't.
As Corey's walking back, he goes, 1 wall, 2, 3, 4. All right, I gotta tell
Walks
Julio
through the
I broke 4
library.
walls.
Hey, Core.
What up, Gheata? I broke 4 walls. I gotta go get another number.
Perfect. So while
Scratches a piece
Cor-
of paper. 3 today.
So while Cora does that, we're gonna stick around for Geta because this is a perfect transition. Thank you for that. Geta, you watch as Majin Ome, who this is not the first time she's had to do this, uses her like antennae to fix the hole in her wall. You could really ask him to stop doing that. That's like the 7th time this has happened.
Oh, trust me, I have. That ain't gonna change how he trains himself.
Could you at least tell him to aim in the other direction?
I mean, I'll try. It just means he's gonna go through different training centers, and then Crest is gonna kick his ass. So either way.
Tell him to aim at Toki Toki.
I think he could, because that's the whole. You have to go through the time nest to get there.
Yeah, just shoot straight through.
Oh god, I don't even know how that would. I don't even know how that trajectory would work. That's like a zigzag.
Exactly. He can pull it off.
Good point. Architecture own count 68.
Have you found anything on what I asked you about earlier yesterday? Ome?
You mean right. The transformation, right.
Yeah.
I found something, but it's not anything like what I heard you talk about. Where did I put it? She goes back behind her counter and she pulls out a massive book that's if you ever go to like a library and you see one of those like really old like I guess world map books. I don't know if I'm calling them
More encyclopedias.
no bigger than
An
that.
atlas?
I'm talking like an atlas. Only
Yeah.
this is like the size of a coffee table. It's just one big book and it looks old. So she brings it over and just drops it on the table because there's not much else you can do with a book
I'm
that big.
assuming, yeah, Cook kicked up 9,000 liters of dust and just made a poof sound.
Oh god, there's so much dust on it. There's different colored layers of dust. Dear lord. Where'd you find this?
I pulled it from the archives. I honestly don't even know why it was there. This is just this. I know I love books. Don't get me wrong. This book is too big.
Wait, so
Anyway.
is she the Gubgo Gabgala?
Gabgo Gabgala.
Who's a huh?
Is she the yeast of thoughts and minds? This is a meme from half a decade ago. Don't worry about me.
Okay, well, because I'm barely caught up on memes today, so
Geta wipes off the cover to see what the hell it says is like the cover name or whatever.
so there's not really a name on it per se. However, you start scratching the dust off, but there is a symbol you recognize. It's kind of altered from what you remember, but it looks like the royal symbol for like the Saiyan royalty.
Royals is the Saiyan royal symbol. What the hell?
It's a little different. It's the one from Universe 7, which is it's like a crown.
I probably would have
like,
seen it when like reading about like the Planet Destruction of Planet Vegeta route. I would think.
Right. This is from Universe 7.
Universe 7, huh?
So I went through what I did have on Saiyans before I found this. Couldn't really find anything up to date. Mostly just because no one really writes things down in these like newer ages. But I did find something about a Saiyan transforming and destroying the planet they were on, or something like that. It's kind of iffy on what the legend actually says. It's called Super Saiyan or something like that.
Huh. I've
It's
heard.
unlike
I was
you have not heard the name Super Saiyan.
okay.
How?
So
Huh.
I feel like. Oh yeah, he's early in the size of Goku.
mhm. Like Frieza never specifically told, like he said he was worried about the Saiyans like coming after him and like that, but he never had it like
Yeah,
jotted down to
yeah.
make notes.
The legend of the Super Saiyan is not mentioned until the Namek saga, or at
Mhm.
the very ass end of the Saiyan saga, I think.
Yeah, so the book that has been given is just a really old book from like the archives on the planet before it was destroyed. Thankfully, because you're in the time patrol, you can kind of just go and get those things.
Yeah. If she has nothing else to say, I'm just gonna try and read and see if anything says like green energy or just like, and also more just read about Super Saiyan, mostly the green energy, to see if I can find anything specific. Because that's what I
So
remember.
So what Majin like opens the book and like goes to the part where she read on Super Saiyans to get you started before she walks off to go into the library.
Thanks, Ome.
You're welcome.
I'll get you some candy later.
Thank you. And she just sits down at her desk and starts working because this is completely normal to her. So
It's
you
so weird to think about the fact she's Majin Buu. In all technicality.
Mm-hmm.
True. So give me for Super Saiyan I won't make you roll, but for looking for the other stuff you'll have to give me a investigation check. But for while you're doing the investigation check, I'll go ahead and tell you what you do learn about Super Saiyan. It's essentially the legend from the show. From the thing, the book was written like 500 years before the planet was destroyed, so it's old. It's old. It's really old by like Time Patrol standards. That's why it's just been sitting around. Um, but the book was written 500 years before. So it's basically saying it's like 500, or actually I can't remember if it was 10,000 or 1,000 years ago. I think it was 1,000 years ago. I'll have to look it up and double check later, but for now we'll just say 500. Like 500 years ago, there was like a Saiyan whose power was so great that he ended up destroying everything around him, including himself. And that's all you get from the Super Saiyan. It was there was something about a transformed state. However, from your perspective, it seems like they're talking about Great Ape, like a version of Great Ape.
Mm-hmm.
However, you're not totally sure. No. No. For reference, one of our players just commented Cumber. And
Hashtag Cumber.
No. No. That's a different part of
I got
I'll
I,
get you to Cumber.
I got a 6 because my investigation is not all that good. I got a 5 though, which is better than most of my
so
rolls.
so you start scrolling through, and even like past Super Saiyan, there's an offhanded mention of some kind of war between good-hearted Saiyans and bad-hearted and evil-hearted Saiyans. Other than that, you don't find anything about green energy or anything like that.
Dear
You're
Lord.
not you're not totally you're confident to say that what Crest did was not Super Saiyan because it doesn't sound right. However, you could always go and check with someone else because this is from Universe 7 and you know two people from Universe 7, Trunks and Goku.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go do that. Is it fine if I just keep the book here in my pile just for future reference?
So she's like typing away on something, so just gives you a thumbs up.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go ask him Trunks something or Goku if he's there.
So you gonna do? So you're gonna go to the
Yeah.
time nest now? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even spell Saiyans right.
Actually, let me see if you let me see if you did because there's a possibility you might have.
No.
That's not terribly off. You just put the I. If you put the
Eyes before the
I,
Y.
and
Oh,
then
I
you
meant
can
to
A.
where the IMY are.
Not totally bad. Not totally off. Yes, that is Cumber for reference. That is Cumber, and he is an evil Saiyan. Yes, it is. I will explain that after the session because
Sounds
I'm
that
pretty
is.
sorry.
cumbersome.
I'm sorry. We can get back on topic in a second. Cumber has such a cool design, but his name is the fucking dumbest.
Welcome to Dragon Ball
they
Superheroes.
they just remove Q and it's just Cumber now.
Wait, is
Somebody
it?
from the south says
Cucumber.
cucumber?
I don't think his name is actually Cumber in Japanese. I
No,
think
it's
something else.
Cumber.
No. His like original name that I don't think it's Cumber, but I'm not totally sure.
And all of his attacks are in French for some reason. Anyways, continuing.
Of course, the Japanese consider the French evil. Anyways,
Kanba?
Okay, his actual name in Japanese was Kunba,
Kanba.
which I
Either
think was
way.
just meant it was just the Japanese pronunciation of Cumber.
Either way.
that does make okay. So you start walking. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump to Eros and Geta, who are with the Supreme Kai of Time now.
Get up?
You guys just got
Wait,
there. Or
so,
Eros and
Well,
Hisashi.
Kai, you're
Eros
playing
and Hisashi.
Geta.
I am so sorry.
hello, I'm Geta. I can't really do JD's voice.
Hi, I'm Geta. I'm
The fuck
Saiyan.
outta here.
I am an Acrosian raised by the Saiyans.
Hi, I'm Geta. I'm like, I kind of give vibes like I'm just done with everything because my brother's a dumbass. Anyways,
So
No,
okay, so Eros
To
and
most brothers.
Hisashi, as the middle child, I agree. As a middle child, I agree. So Eros and Hisashi.
no, the only middle child.
To ever
I said-
exist.
So Eros
The
and
Omega
Hisashi.
child.
Oh God.
Hey,
So
sorry.
fine. So Eros and Hisashi, you both show up to the Supreme Kai of Time's place. With the notes in hand, and obviously she sees the Dragon Ball and she sees you guys, and she, please tell me you found something.
No, but we believe you might already know something.
Come again?
You said there was an incident with a hero that nobody can remember for some reason.
Oh,
that happened a while ago.
you're talking about the Conton City hero.
Yeah, the
that
content
was definitely before Mandel's time.
No, but you said the energy, the corruption.
It
That
gives
was
off
similar?
it's similar. It does a similar thing.
Do you know how to? Sorry.
It worked. There were a pair of. Well, I guess there were more than a few. Specifically, there was a woman named Toa. She was from the demon realm. She was going around time, messing with fighters from around just various timelines, sucking around. Yeah, it's like trying to get energy to fuel an android of hers named Mira. They were trying to resurrect the demon realm.
Hmm.
I don't. You guys, if you encounter, it'd be weird if you guys encountered them. You'd be encountering a past that happened. They're dead, or at least we think they should be dead. We defeated them a long time ago.
Regardless, the corruption that this gives, is it similar or is it that?
It's not the exact same. It works in a very similar manner.
Do you have methods to test for it?
The test for it,
To test for the corruption?
not particularly. Had this been, I don't know, 600-700 years ago, well, I guess it would be more than a few hundred. She starts counting on her fingers. Maybe a few thousand years ago, when I was less, when Demigro was still a good person, maybe, but not anymore.
We are time travelers. That's not an issue.
Yeah, that one is. If you don't, I'm assuming you don't know who Demigra is. Demigra is a demon god. He tried to kind of usurp control of the time nest. He ate Toki Toki and then destroyed the time nest once.
But you're saying there was a time where he was not an enemy but an ally.
It's very complicated to.
It's like he'd get
He
along
was
with Core.
he he was playing everyone, trying to
Does
get the title.
Demigra live?
No, he died a long time ago. Thank
And
God.
are you sure?
You can ask Goku. He was there.
Goku killing somebody does not mean they're dead.
Goku saw him. There was another time patroller. His name was
And
Ace.
didn't he also see Frieza
It's in
die?
character. This life is fucking in character.
And she just goes, and didn't he also watch Frieza die?
Twice.
Interesting. Because last time I checked on Universe 7, he's still alive.
He is now because he came back. It's a whole ordeal. We're not going to talk about people coming back. Demigra, I assure you, is dead. Dead. If you see a version of him, it's a past version. And we do not talk about. We don't mess with the demon realm and their whole thing. We finally got past that. And
But
we
is
don't
the
want that
demon
happening.
realm the only people who'd be able to sense the corruption?
Mm,
Is there anyone alive that we can talk to who might know about the corruption?
the kid, but I don't even know where he is anymore.
The kid?
It's some kid named one of Toa's last experiments was named. It was a child named Few. Um, he kind of does his own thing, and he makes fake timelines to mess around with. He's not particularly evil or malicious in any way. He stopped doing that a long time ago.
Is there a place where I could find him?
I've been trying to find him for over, I think, 80 years at this point. I have no idea where he's at. We kind of just gave up after he stopped messing with things. He's
Is there?
impossible to catch.
Well, I've done the impossible before. She says,
It ha-
looking at the orb.
Fair enough. If you can find a way to find him, then by all means. But we don't even have any leads right now. And even if we did, we have bigger. We have we have a lot bigger fish to fry with people messing with the timeline right now.
This is the biggest fish, and he might know what to do with it.
Assuming he doesn't try and mess with it upon getting. He is crazy.
Do we
There-
have any?
Met the people that you've hired to do these things.
Yes. You is crazier.
What I'm saying though is, regardless, can you think of another option?
Not particularly. I'm still waiting on Odak to get back from Beerus. Maybe he'll have. Hopefully, he'll have something. If not,
Okay. Sorry.
Go ahead.
This is kind of an out of character question. Do Kais have a way of sensing one another?
Depends on how close they are to one another. It's the same. It's just the same thing as sensing a normal person.
So there's not like a special thing that Kais have to sense each other.
Not really. I mean, you can if you look through a if you look through like a crystal ball to find someone, you can. But yeah, sort of kind of deal. You'd have to be looking for a very specific person if you're trying to look.
Okay,
Basically.
fuck it. I'm basically just gonna say that I'm gonna look over at Eros and say, is there anything you wanted to say?
Pretty much everything I wanted to go over has been gone over here.
not
Anything else
saying-
is conjecture or theory that should be tested first.
That's why I'm like, fuse a wild card. If you end up finding him, I'd
Approach
be
with caution.
please, heavy caution. He's not a bad person, but he is, like I said, he likes to mess with. He
If
might.
I find him, I will speak to you before I go to him.
That's please do. But if you find other demons aren't as hospitable, by any nature.
It sounds like Few might not even be technically a demon.
Oh no, he is. It.
You
If I.
made it sound like he was artificial in nature, though.
Oh yeah. He's kind of like Eros. Kind of just points at Eros. Like he. He's made from Toa's DNA and whatever Mira is made from. Because Mira was a bioandroid as well.
So a bioandroid of a bioandroid.
That's one way you could put it. Yeah. But he's got just if you saw him, you'd understand.
Should
I went, do I have a picture of him anywhere? And she starts looking around and then realizes still sitting in a pile of junk. It's like, I'll get back to you on that picture.
my boy looks between the two Kais who are, Kais and people that he can trust asking a question like this. And he says, "Should I try to achieve perfection more readily
Yes.
than anything
She
else?"
just says without any hesitation, just yes.
You mean like Cell? You don't know who Cell is. How would you go
Okay, actually, how
about?
much do I know? Do I know what Cell is? Because I believe I
No.
studied slightly later Goku stuff.
You were focusing on Goku. You did not get you didn't get to Cell. You got to link.
Do I have okay? Then do I have any grasp of what perfection means for a bioandroid? Were there bioandroids in Universe 13?
I mean, yes, but none of them were like Cell or like Eros or anything.
Or
Like that.
said out loud, "We are a bioandroid."
Yeah, I don't. Not
Yeah,
many
sure,
of them
but I'm
did
just
that.
saying, if there was a North Kai, as the North Kai and the most active of the Kais, if there was a bioandroid, I think I'd fucking know if there was a bioandroid.
Yeah, but none of them were like we want to achieve perfection because we're not. It was like for each individual bioandroid,
Okay.
perfection's a very different.
So I have no clue what perfection means in that sense.
No,
Perfection
it
is
could be.
impossible. She just says, perfection is impossible. Just strive to be the best you can be, and pats you on the shoulder.
He just smiles and says, "Perfection may be impossible for you. For me, it's a literal thing."
What are we talking about? Because I don't think we're talking about the same thing.
So
I was
okay.
made through the combination of 3 different magical essences, essentially. If I am to absorb some of the essence of each of those species,
True.
I will become perfect.
Okay. Well,
For
so
the
this,
purpose that I was made for.
the Supreme Kai just kind of like, ha. You're not gonna eat anyone, are you?
Oh, Jesus.
You're not gonna eat. Please don't eat anyone. I don't need. Please don't. Okay, you don't know who this is, but you will
Oh, it's
eventually.
tripping down my arm.
What?
Excuse me?
Okay. So, hey, Reese, you know how I'm stupid?
Yes, I know how you're stupid.
So I'm wandering around holding my laptop because I like to pace. And somehow my arm just decided to give out, and I threw my laptop into the sink. And there's
Okay.
now just a fluid dripping down the laptop onto my arm, and I can't find the paper towels.
Hisashi and IRL, everyone.
Give me a second. I gotta help him.
Where are the paper towels?
Also, it's supposed to be 2, not 3.
Oh,
Unless you're gonna do that mutation thing to give him 3, but either way.
No. As of right, it would be 2.
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, I mean, like.
They're pointing out that technically it'd be 2 you need to absorb because of how
For perfection,
works.
yeah. For the perfection thing, but if he's counting if you're gonna give him
I think he's
give
just
the mutation,
he's made. He just said he's made from 3. He didn't specify how
I thought
many.
he said
he needs to
absorb 3, but either way. Yeah.
I think he just said. I think he said absorb some.
I'm just trying to clarify for the people at home.
We're gonna do a proper Dragon Ball. We're gonna say this is a commercial
I
break.
should have muted myself.
Hey, this is a commercial break, everyone. We're gonna be the sponsor is our other RP, the Power Rangers
Power
RP.
Rangers. This was powered by Power Rangers.
This is powered by Power Rangers Fate. Go watch.
Hey, all of you.
What?
What?
Wait,
Wait,
this is-
wait.
Please do
We're-
watch that.
we're-
It isn't quite enjoyable.
Please go watch our other da 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 da. We don't have a theme.
This
We
is
have a
sponsored
theme
by our
song.
This is inspired by our. This is sponsored by our future Naruto campaign.
We
Oh,
also have
God.
one of those coming up as soon as one of the other RPs is over. Don't expect that.
Write
for
that
another year
down
and a
in
half.
3 years.
Guys.
Write that down in your calendar in the next 3 years. It's gonna.
In 2026, after the fall
Write
of
that down,
mankind.
what? You just want them to write over the next 3 calendars Naruto question mark?
Exactly.
But
Naruto one.
what else? Yeah, but this commercial break is brought to you by
Okay.
Power Rangers Fate.
This commercial break is brought to you by me being a dumbass. I got my laptop clean.
Da 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 da. And we're back. Is everyone good?
Eros has to continue talking once he gets back.
It's not going to
Okay.
his room. There we go.
I've been here.
Okay. So after after Eros says perfection, and you say, absorb, the magical essence
Oh,
of
no.
the three races that you were a part of. The spring kind of time just please don't eat anyone.
He looks confused. Eat?
You don't know who Cell is. You don't know who Majin. I mean, you know who Majins are. But you don't know who Majin Buu is. Let's just say we've had an absorption kick in the past. Can we not have that again?
Oh no.
Who would need to gain power through eating physicality? He just looks confused and a bit disgusted, like, yeah. My creator's nowhere near as disgusting as whoever made those things.
Well, Majin Buu wasn't made. Okay, Kai, are you good? What's happening?
Don't worry about the demonic noises. I was playing a game in the background that decided to unmute itself, and I need to hop devices real quick because my mouse is being weird.
You can
It sounds like.
Oh my God, we've been invaded by Ben 10 Echo Echo. Jesus Christ.
I'm playing Time for Cuck.
I can't drink around you people. You're gonna make me spit all over my computer.
Is it you people or is it me?
Everyone.
Yes. That's so loud.
I don't know how to make it stop. There we go.
Okay, continue.
So,
I'm sorry. I
you're
don't know.
totally
I
fine.
took out my headphones because I was going to turn my laptop off just because my mouse was
Local
acting
man
weird.
becomes abrupt chaos.
welcome
Don't
to
worry,
Dragon Ball.
I'll toss something else into a sink.
So,
I spent $1,000 on that laptop.
Jesus
Only 1,000?
Huh?
Huh. That's why it was tiny.
What?
Continue, Ryan.
So,
Yeah, sorry.
Eros. So you do get like you're like disgusted. Like, let's just say if
No,
if
I
things.
mean, pulling out a portion of the magical energy from the creature and absorbing it.
Okay, it's more like $500. Anyways, okay.
Either like I don't know how you do that. Let's just say if Universe 7 keeps getting messed up in the like if Universe 7 keeps getting messed up along the lines that it is now, you guys might end up fighting someone who is also a bio android. His name
That
is
might
No. No.
Can I not absorb it?
No.
Damn.
You will
What if
see.
he tries very hard?
That would cause one, a lot of problems, and two, no. His name was Cell, and we're just no. Not gonna do that.
Sounds pretentious. More pretentious than me, and that's saying something.
It was a
It
bug.
does not sound more pretentious than you.
I'm I'm sensing a lot. I mean, this is what is happening.
Oh,
Just
I'm
because
sorry. That was meaner than I meant it to be. I'm sorry.
revive time is just like, what's happening today?
I'm bad at social situations when
She's
sober.
very sassy.
Is there
She.
anything else that I could help you two with? Thank you for the notes. Thank you. Tell Melno thank you for the notes, by the way.
Of course. I think I'm good, unless there's anything you would like to say.
No, other than my new goal to find the correct magical energies.
Please don't eat anyone. That's all I ask.
It's not eating.
What are you talking about?
You'll see. That's all I have to say. You'll see, and I'm not getting into it.
You know, it would help if you were more specific, and just being vague is not like extremely helpful.
I am not gonna go into the bug man, please. I'm gonna throw up.
Hmm.
This,
I
this
think
is
I
like you're
understand
just being
now.
obtuse.
I really hate
Have
Cell.
you ever seen a bug eat another bug?
For some reason, I feel like that's not an accurate description of what he does, though. I feel like just eat is not an accurate verb for some reason.
You know what? She looks around. She grabs one of the scrolls that just happens to be sitting nearby. She pulls it open, and then she just kind of looks at it and uses her magic things, and then she turns around and she shows you a picture of imperfect Cell.
Mm,
I'm gonna grab a picture.
Grody.
Let me grab a picture of him because why not? And
We're in
I'll
we're
post
in
it
that
for-
we're in that kind of episode.
Yeah.
Oh, please turn on laptop.
Oh, turn on? Question mark.
I
Yep.
turned my laptop
And,
off to see if that would help reset it, and now it's not like I'm.
You know, since this is just like a mention of the character, I won't tell the group or I won't tell our audience because they should know what Perfect Cell looks like. That is so tiny. Why is all the pictures like tiny?
Are you getting from the Wikia?
No, I'm just This is literally just me going on Google, grabbing the first image. I'll grab a
You're
big
probably getting
one.
them from the Wikia, and if you get the Google images from the Wikia, due to Wikia recently, fandom.com recently changing its file format in general, you have to go on the website to get the good images. You should go to like the second or third image because usually that won't be from the fandom wiki.
That's a little better. You know, that depicts disgusting as perfectly as I can get it. And so she pulls open like one of the images of time that's way further along for 7, and she just shows you Cell like this bug man literally like stab a normal person in the back,
God.
and for the reference and for reference, suck the life out of them. That's what I mean by don't eat people, and that's what I mean by disgusting.
Hmm. That's
I
not
suppose
what I
that's
do.
fair.
I don't want to know what it is. I don't typically biohazard.
Are you disgusted by energy draining spells?
If they look like that, yeah.
No.
Eat is still not the accurate
Do
verb.
I
Wouldn't
look like
drink
that?
be more accurate in this case?
Okay. So she turns the scroll around again and
I in no
like
way will
scrolls
slurp
more.
up anyone.
Then she shows you imperfect Cell like absorbing like Android 17 and turning into his semi-perfect form. And see
I think that's
that
more,
is
I think
that is
that's
absorbing.
Vor. I think that's Vor.
I don't know what it is. It's
Someone
disgusting.
else that knows that word.
Shared trauma.
So don't
Yes.
don't so okay I don't whatever you do don't do this right to
I-
anyone.
I'm going to smack you if you say that I'm going to do something like that again.
Look, this is how
This is
normally
like the 8th time.
look, I'm just saying the bio androids that I've been in contact with, that is typically how that works.
They also aren't stone-given anima.
And most of them don't have to look like bugs. What's your point? Look, just
I'm a magical creature. I don't work off of physicality. Like,
Just don't kill anyone in
Okay,
the process. That's
I'm
all I
going.
ask.
You seem to be obsessing over this. I'm going to. I'm. Just,
I don't
you
like
start
Cell.
walking off.
I don't like Cell.
Fuck that.
Just don't eat. Just don't kill anyone. That better?
Yes.
She
You hear
walks
from
off
the
with him as
distance.
well.
For
And almost as
reference,
soon as they
for reference, I don't think Cronia acts this way in the game, but I just think it's really funny if she's absolutely disgusted by Cell because it makes sense to be disgusted
is
by
gross.
Cell.
Just like fans of Android 21 are gross.
Yep.
Just yep. That would be a definition of I eat people to absorb them.
Anyways,
When you leave
You guys-
Cronia's house, you just see Gheata talking to Trunks.
Well, you have not there just yet. I mean, like you're coming in to there, but Trunks isn't in like the main area. So yeah, I'd say Geta, you do show up. That is true.
so wait, are we still going or?
You guys left. I have you guys see Ghetto coming towards you guys. That's it. You guys just left the spring.
She nods her head at him.
Hey, what do you guys come here for?
We came to discuss a few things with.
Do I see the Dragon Ball in her hands?
Did you give it to the spring time? Or do you still have it?
No, we still have it.
Okay.
I look at it. I'm like,
It's that. Okay.
could we just be carrying this like in an area
I
that
was
people could see?
assuming we were going to go back to the school and just put it back there.
Fair.
Regardless, in fact, why don't you take it? There's something I wish to do.
Okay. He takes it and just like puts hand into body. It's now in his inventory.
Okay.
That's not something I needed to see today.
Okay,
Why is everyone being racist towards me today?
It's not racist, it's disgusting.
Anyways. But regardless, so what I was trying to do.
All right. What is Hisashi gonna? Is Hisashi gonna leave and go somewhere?
No. Well, yeah, somewhere. Just somewhere she can be peaceful and quiet by herself. It doesn't really matter where.
I mean, you can go back to you have your own room in.
Yeah, she's gonna go to her place.
Okay.
And then what she's gonna do is pull out her. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say she's gonna pull out Crystal Ball, and just try to second sight the concept of Fu. I don't think this is gonna go anywhere, but Pew, I guess. Not Fu.
You have a name. You try in second sight. You do not get. I mean, you can. I believe you make a roll.
All right, I'm gonna use my Crystal Ball to help out with this.
I believe it's. If I recall correctly, it is use magic, but I could be wrong.
Let me check.
I'll take a look because I was
Well,
just
first
looking
let me
at
see what the
second
Crystal
sight.
Ball does to help me. Okay, Crystal Ball.
I believe the second
You may
second.
use second sight through the Crystal Ball without paying its key card. If you do not know the ability, okay, yeah, I already know the ability.
Oh yeah, so you're making a clairvoyance check.
Yeah. Okay. While using this item while making a clairvoyance or use magic skill check, increase your result by +2. And
so you can use
may
either
use
or.
your spirit instead of your intelligence. Instead of intelligence for the clairvoyance check. Okay.
You can use magic or clairvoyance, whichever is easier.
Okay. Oh, give me a second. My character. I had to jump onto mobile because my laptop's freaking out. So.
Yeah.
This is a nightmare to navigate. Okay, I suppose my what can I do with Z Soul again?
Karma points. You add a 1d10 to the roll, or you can just increase it by +5.
Can I decide that after I roll?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna spend. Okay, I'm gonna ask before I do this. Is this something that would be at all possible if I rolled high enough? Can you be honest with me as a DM for a second? Because I don't want to waste a karma point on something that isn't possible.
You would have to roll near a 40 to actually be able to see something. I'm not going to say it's impossible. I'm just going to say it's going to be very difficult.
Okay.
So
Let me
you can
see what I
only
rolled so far.
you can only roll one. You can only use one karma point to add one thing. You can't use multiple for one action, right?
I think so. I think it's up to the arc for that. From what I just read.
I'm gonna say you can't, because if you did, you could go down to 0 and just win every. Obviously,
you also get negative effects. Yeah.
It is a detriment, but you could. I'm gonna say you can only do it once, and I don't want you guys to hit that detriment early on, because that's
Okay.
really that's
Yeah.
bad.
So I actually already rolled 2 dice and calculated that way to decide whether or not I wanted to do it. So I'm gonna add a karma point. Wait, no,
Okay.
I fucked up. I'm not actually gonna add a karma point.
Okay.
I
What did
accidentally
you
put a
roll?
number in wrong. If I add the karma point, I would have rolled a 31.
You spend it, but yeah.
If I spent the karma point.
Okay. Well, that's
so I'm not gonna spend a karma point.
Okay. So, what is your roll
let me
right
put
now?
together what I rolled together all together. No, wait. Give me a second. I fucked that up.
20. Where'd you put that? Oh, it's in images.
I put that in images for some reason.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's 23,
okay, so,
I believe.
Yeah, okay, there we go. I got it wrong. I just hit the wrong number. I got it right. I just hit the wrong numbers.
So you do try and go and look for them. Unfortunately, you immediately hit some interference. Like something is blocking you. This guy is really good at hiding himself.
This is not going to be an easy target.
If he was an easy target, the Supreme Kai of Time and the Time Patrol would have already caught him. Like, this guy is pretty strong, so even if you did find him, there's a chance that it would favor. So you continue to kind of like sit and do that. That leaves Gheata and Eros like outside to do whatever they were gonna do. I know what Gheata is doing. Eros, was there anything else you were gonna do or go somewhere?
Actually, my boy Eros looks at Gheata and says, "You're familiar with the concept of alternate forms, yes?"
From talking to other Crosians, yeah. Not me personally, but...
Well, I have a similar problem, actually, for me.
That perfection thing you were talking about earlier, or whatever?
Yes. Unlike you, where you start out extremely good, but, well, need to suppress yourself, if I remember correctly?
From what I heard from the others, yeah, due to how strong we usually turn out being born as. They do that to protect themselves and people around them from their bodies from exploding or some other shit. I haven't needed to do that.
So, I'm coming from the other angle. I'm technically in one of my weakest forms I could be. But if I can reach perfection, I'll probably be close to you. So, my question is, would you like to help me with that?
In what aspect?
Ryan,
Yes.
if I remember correctly, we talked about it, and my boy does not need to, um, he doesn't need to specifically eat someone or anything like that. His is literally just absorb the magical energy from the creature.
Yeah, but it has to be something you're made up of, and I don't think you're made up of.
Yeah. He's not asking for that reason. And I'm gonna go into why he's asking.
Okay.
In my next sentence. He looks at you and says, I need you to help me find a Majin that is fairly powerful, a human that is fairly powerful, and or a uh, Kai that is fairly powerful, so that when I take energy, assuming they consent, obviously, they won't die from it?
Well, how are you getting this energy or whatever? Do you know? Because from what I'm hearing, you haven't done it before at all, and you're just assuming it won't kill him or anything of the sort.
There's a certain amount of energy that I can take from something without it dying.
But how
I
much
am
do you need to get?
extremely well versed in magical
Yeah, but how
theory
much
and
do you
such.
need of that energy to give yourself of whatever you to get yourself to perfection?
He
That's the
thinks about it.
because
Ryan,
Yeah.
because
what tier of power would someone have to be to survive
So
that?
I can tell you just outright for this, because I believe it's a manifest power.
I think for they can they
You have to be at least tier power 2 to even get a single stack, to even start getting stacks. So, like, you have to be. That's also not considering the person that. Uh,
it's more up to the arc to decide. So I would say somebody at least at the same level or some one tier power higher than you. I would think.
well, at least you can't even get a stack of perfection until you are tier of
Yeah, no,
power
yeah,
2.
yeah.
So,
So two,
How
yeah,
do I check my tier power?
you're not at tier power 2 yet. We're 2 levels away.
Hmm.
yeah,
Alright.
you got to start at level tier power. So tier power 2 starts at level 5.
Yep.
So you have time to figure something out for.
I don't think myself I am powerful enough yet to properly absorb the energy, though. Which is
Okay.
why I'm asking you now rather than say later in a fight where
Oh,
we're all panicking and it's like, hey, can you help me absorb this random dude?
I mean,
oh.
yeah, fair enough, but
You know?
yeah. Yeah, but that's not the question I was asking you. I was asking, do you know if it's not going to kill the person? I mean, granted, if it's a
Oh,
person that's not
yeah.
important to the timeline, but I know you.
Sucks.
I know no
Yes,
you know
I
you said this. I know the percentage amount that I need to take to not kill somebody. Sorry, I misspoke there a sec. I meant do you know how much you need from them to get yourself to the next level? Because if it exceeds their amount to kill them, well, are you gonna do that? If it's somebody unimportant to the timeline, I'm pretty sure you could assume that we really don't care about that because well they're not
Eros is
important to
just
the
looking
timeline.
at you like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because he's literally stated at this point multiple times, hey, I can do this without killing people, and I know the amount that I need to take without killing people.
I'm just worried that you're gonna accidentally kill somebody. As much as you say you know, things always go whack in things like this. Especially if it's in the middle of a fight, it can go crazy. So, I'm just checking to make
Yeah,
sure.
if it's in the middle of a fight, there's obviously always a chance that you kill someone with something. Because tensions are running high and you can't really control that.
I mean, I'll look for some. The only like strong Kai's. Well, you freaking talked to one, or I assume earlier. Not Hisashi. But I'm the Supreme Kai. Uh, the only super strong Majin I know is Majin Ome. I haven't met any other decently strong ones. She's not physically strong, but you're looking for magic, so talking to her might be a
She's
good
also
option.
you do know that she is retired.
She is also a retired time patroller, so she is decently strong. Don't know how long she's been retired though.
That's
And
fair.
human, I have no idea. I'm not met or talked to many, let alone strong ones.
Yeah, you guys haven't really met any humans now that I think about it, other than the ones from like time patrols.
Isn't Jade a human? I guess that counts as one of the ones from Time Patrol.
Yeah.
Yep. She's not a fighter though.
Well, okay, also to be fair, we don't meet really anyone that isn't in the Time Patrol. There's like 4 people we've met that aren't from the main timeline or the Time Patrol.
True.
He just looks at you and says, I would very much just prefer not to have to rely on the inconsistency that is, you know, alt timeline people going crazy.
I mean, yeah. I would assume so.
I'd much, I'd much rather prefer to talk to someone, be like, hey, you're powerful. Can I have some of the magical energy that resides within you so that I can metamorphose into a better version of myself, so I'm a better time patroller than going, oh, hi, you're about to die canonically, so I'm going to just steal your soul.
I'm just gonna finish the job.
I was more meaning the people that were trying to stop, but either way, sure. I mean, I'll look for him. Doesn't mean it's gonna be of much success.
Obviously.
Have you seen Trunks anywhere around here? Because that's why I came here.
I've seen him around, just not relatively recently.
Alright, I'm gonna go find him. I have a few questions to ask him and see if he has any answers.
Last place I saw him, I think, was over there. He points in a random direction.
Can I tell he's just pointing in a random direction?
No?
AKA, can I
I tell you
roll?
what, Eros points towards the time though. So does that work? Not the time vault. Does that work?
Yeah.
There you go. He's
Yeah,
pointing to
well, I
the
was gonna go to the time vault regardless, anyways.
Okay. Eros. So Geta, you go off. Do that. Eros, do you go anywhere? Just to like put it in motion.
My boy's going to uh he's going to go to the library slash archive and he's gonna start looking up books on machine androids, bio androids, and
Okay.
their magical equivalent.
Okay. Well. Okay. So you go off. Do that. We're gonna follow Geta for right now into the time vault where Trunks is basically just getting things organized since there's like a nice lull in activity. Uh, and so he's not facing you, so he doesn't hear or see you come in.
Hey, Trunks.
Trunks turns like, oh hi Ghetto, what can I do for you?
How much of the fight did you see yesterday? 2 days ago.
Oh, do you mean the time patrol?
Yeah, our town patrol.
We lost. I think the connection got severed right after Goku transformed, so we didn't, or right before Goku. We didn't see the fight. Let's just say that we saw the butt end of. That's all.
You know how Cress was bigger than she was, right? Before and after.
Yeah, yeah,
Have you?
yeah,
You're from Universe 7. Have you seen anything like that before?
Hmm.
Because when I was researching it just to see what the hell it was, and Majin
Uh,
Ome found me something on like an old Universe 7 like Saiyan book, and the only thing we found was something called a Super Saiyan.
Oh, that wasn't Super Saiyan. No, that wasn't Super Saiyan.
Why I assumed since it seemed like in the book at least it was talking about giant great ape form or something, which is
It's
weird.
not that. It's not that either. that, uh, no. I've seen a form. There's a form like what Chris did, sort of in the Super Saiyan state, but not. I've never seen it out. Like I've never seen someone do that. Like the get. I've never seen someone. I've never seen a Saiyan take that form. Uh, Goku might know. He knows more Saiyans than I do, obviously. Um, but even then, I don't think he was. I don't know if he would know everything. And he's out on a patrol right now, so
Eh.
you might have to wait a little while. But I can tell you with utmost assurance that wasn't Super Saiyan.
Yeah, I assume so.
No, I mean, let me. If she goes, if her hair turns gold, then you need to start. I'd start maybe not worrying. It'd be interesting.
What
I don't
about
think.
what
Uh,
about the green energy that she gave off? Have you seen that before? Because that's very. It didn't feel like. It felt like her ki, but it felt like it was amplified in some aspect or another by some.
I think it just might be associated with ever the because she. I mean, I thought her key was normally green anyway.
It is. It was just. It just felt weird. Felt. Uh, like I
It's
said, more
fine.
amplified. I don't know.
It might just be
It
a
just
new.
felt off. Is all I know.
Well, I unfortunately, I I mean, I could look at the recording of stuff, but even then, that's not me feeling the energy. I honestly, like I said, just wait for Goku to show up. I think he might have more answers for you. Even then, he might not. Um, it might just be a new transformation. People get. I mean, Goku has transformations that I don't, and I've seen transformations that he doesn't have. So, give and takes.
I.
There's
Uh,
no this. Saiyans are weird. You never know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, if you could message me when Goku gets back, or if he gets back at all before we have to do anything, I'd like to ask him a few questions too
Sure,
about
I'll
that.
send. Yeah, I'll let you know as soon as he gets back. Um, so if you want, you can actually, to keep you guys informed. If you want, you can tell Core and Crest to stop by, and I can tell them about Super Saiyan if you want.
I might do that.
Be interesting. I mean, there's a fair enough amount of Super Saiyans around. Anyways, actually, I think it's weird that meeting a Saiyan who can't transform is kind of weird now these days.
Really, is it that common for you?
Oh, I did it when I was like 12.
Hmm.
Then again, I
Or
was.
dies in the background.
Then again, those were special circumstances. I mean, Goku didn't do it until bad things happened. So it's a whole thing.
I
Unless it's weird.
I don't tell those two about it. Just
All right.
just keep me informed when Goku gets back, cause it's cause I
Are
do
you really
want.
that? Are you like
I am
what?
concerned.
Why are you concerned over this? Just curious. Was it really bad? What happened with Cress?
Like I
She
said,
seemed to be.
something felt off after she wished her wish, because I think you saw that, right? You saw at least the wish.
Ooh, yeah, we did. That's when the communication started cutting out. We don't, her wish was getting her memories back, right? That's what the.
Yeah, and then that's when she got her new form, and I'm just trying to think of.
Uh,
I'm
well,
just
yeah.
worried for Core, because if he gets something like that, things could get catastrophic in just his base form you've seen.
Well, it won't be near as. I don't think it'll be near as bad as you think it will. Let's just say there's quite a few more steps to take, before you guys get to like real big power level stuff. Uh, if if you're really worried about it, I I suggest maybe talking to Crest about this first because she seems to be fine. I know that she's had some outbursts, but she hasn't. Nothing's come of it yet. It's saying like I said, saying Saiyans are weird.
Yeah, I'll talk to both of them. And I'll send them your way to talk about Super Saiyan since you're you know more about it, of course, or
All right.
Goku, I guess. Either way.
Oh, Goku technically was the first one of us, technically. So I guess he would. It either one of us works.
But yeah, I'll do that. Thanks, Trunks.
You're welcome. So what do you do now?
Go back and study the stuff that I can
Okay.
study for.
Uh, Core, are you here? Just double checking real quick.
Yes.
Core, are you still training, or have you decided to do something new?
So, 2 hours worth of training on that.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably accurate considering how long everyone's been stuff.
My man gets flung into the regular training center with Julio, and he's just like, "Yeah, that one snapped a little earlier than expected."
But you're not break our stuff. Like, come on.
No, no, no. Hold on. I only broke 4 walls this time. All right. I'm getting better at it.
Core, it's 2 in the afternoon. We know
And
that number's going up.
you know what? So what? All right. Spring time hasn't gotten on my ass too much about it lately, and I've been trying to keep it down. So, hopefully, breaking maybe 2 more isn't gonna cause the world to end. So I might be lenient in that case.
Or last
Hey.
week you blew up the whole place last week.
Okay, that was by accident.
Full accident.
Nope, nope. 4 of them were on purpose. I'll be honest with you. 4 of them were on purpose. I got back. 4 of them were on
Oh,
purpose.
that's destruction of property, Core. That's illegal.
You know what? She won't know about it, and you won't tell her.
Please stop blowing me up.
Exactly.
Uh, you see, you see Julio just erase the 4 and put 5 because your head is sticking out of a wall. You were talking through him through a hole in the wall.
And then Core rips himself out of the wall. Ugh. All right. You know what? Maybe doing in that circular area messes with my brain because I'm used to this hall. No, let me try it in this hall.
Julio starts crying.
So he activates the correlation bomb and he makes it stationary in the air. He then quickly taps it, pulling the tether and slaps it to his chest. He's like, "All right."
So are you gonna do it horizontally this time, or are you gonna try vertically? I just need to know which one you're doing.
I can't do it vertically, not in this area. I have to do it horizontally.
Well, you're in the air, so you could do it vertically.
I mean, you're right, but there's a roof, and I might destroy that roof. And like I said, I'm
Like
trying
that
not to
stopped
do
you
it.
before.
You're right. No, I'm gonna do horizontal. Side to side.
Okay. Okay. Any particular cardinal direction that you may be facing for?
So first, we're gonna pick up speed in a circle.
Yeah. So you are flying in a circle, just really fast. The tether is getting tighter the faster you go. Any
All right.
partic-
Now, what happens when I suddenly stop?
Athletics
Flat?
check.
Ooh, okay, that's not okay. It's better. It's better. Better than
Alright.
before.
Let's see it. Okay. So you're going in this circle, right? And you go to stop yourself, but obviously the momentum and the tether don't stop. So you end up you do kind of like get pulled in a direction and kind of slapsticked towards Julio, but just before you hit Julio, you kind of stop in midair. as the tether kind of just like is like pulled really tight, and you're just kind of like you're forcing yourself to stay still.
All right, Julio. This wall that's about to break will be on purpose. As he stops resisting it, and he just gets flung towards the wall.
So you get flung away from Julio, and you go through the other side of the wall. And
And
the
he does
tether,
brace for impact. He does brace for impact. He's trying to go through the wall.
so you go through the wall, and as the debris gets flung out, the tether does not stop or break or anything. So you're immediately pulled in the other direction back towards Julio.
Watch out!
Julio dives out of the way, and you go through the chalkboard that was there.
Here we go. Julio, I wouldn't get up.
And now you're going back and forth just like before. Now you're just going through 2 holes you made.
All right. This is exactly where I want to be with this move. Okay, now hear me out, Julio. Now, what if all I need to do is grab it, and then afterwards I pull it?
Oh my god, this is the best technique in Dragon Ball. Oh
By the
god.
way, while outside of one of the walls, he's going to grab his tether and yank it towards him.
So you get flung in like in the middle of like the flyby period where the tether's kind of like loose. You grab a hold of it and just yank. And when you do so, you see the ball fly past your face. And you're like, hey, it worked!
Oh,
then-
hell yeah, it worked. I'm still tethered to it.
So now you get say, oh, won't give me one more athletics check to see if the thing breaks.
I think this is a you say run moment.
Oh my god.
It goes with everything, including him getting a concussion through sheer force of
It's about to
inertia.
be bad, guys.
Oh
I don't know
no.
where this correlation bomb about to go, but it's about to go somewhere.
So you throw it, right? And then you realize, you put your hands up and yeah, and then you see the line go taut.
Go
You get
what?
Go taut, like it gets really like, like if a rope goes taut, it gets,
Yes.
Corey, do you not? Steven, do you not know what that word means?
I do not.
So okay. So
It's not loose anymore.
yes, the line gets it like stretches to the as far out as it can be before it breaks. That's what taut means.
Never knew that.
Interesting. Okay, so the line goes taut.
It's
And-
okay, Corey, you didn't need to.
And so it goes, and then you immediately get pulled forward as the correlation bomb continues to fly through the air.
So imagine being flung by the correlation bomb.
This is, you ever see those like people who throw the big balls or whatever, and they go flying? This is like if someone didn't let go. So you are you are arcing through the sky right now over Canton
So-
City.
while in the air, the core is gonna grab that small thread,
Uh huh.
and he's gonna try to cancel momentum by trying to spin it in midair. This is gonna go terribly. Trust me, I know what's about to happen. I just want to do it.
So the thing that's pulling you, you want to grab it and pull it in another direction.
Damn right. Damn right.
Okay, give me one more athletics, but this time with disadvantage.
Damn you. Damn.
Dude, you're doing this in midair without flying because you're not supposed to be flying.
You know what? Have you ever tried? There's this thing called trial and error, and Core is doing everything by that method.
But it's a lot of errors, not a lot of trials.
There's a lot of try.
One trial, too many errors.
Okay, that's not terrible.
This is with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see it. As if it, I can't. If it, I bet it's better than your other roll. But I think.
Honestly, it's not terrible.
Gee, the disadvantage. Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, I rolled
So.
a 5 and an 8.
Jeez. All right. Nice.
Like,
Okay.
I'm glad to
So.
take that.
So you try and pull it, and so when you go to pull it, right, you do kind of like swing it in one direction, but that just changes the direction you're going.
That's not that. Wait, that's not how this works. That's not how this works.
You're supposed
Because
to
the
do
li-
what I want you to. No, no, no.
It has it yet to occur to Cora to try and like will the thing to stop.
No.
Of
Not
course
at
not.
all.
It's core.
So yeah, you haven't told it to stop, so you just changed the direction it's going, and
What?
now you're
Going towards
And-
the time nest, aren't I?
no, you're going towards one of the large buildings that just kind of sits in the business district.
He's gonna try to move it. Turn
All
it.
right, where are you trying to turn it towards?
I'm gonna think in my head. I'd rather blow up the time nest. I'd rather blow up the time nest. I'd rather blow up the time nest.
No roll. You turn it towards the time nest, and you're going that way now.
Oh, what?
You pass
Get a
by
C.
several. You pass by several like people flying who are like
I'm gonna be
trying to get out of
honest.
the way.
I spaced out for a second, so I have no idea what the fuck the context behind this was, but I'm very glad that he's just Benny Hilling it.
By the way, as Core flies by them, I'm not flying. I swear.
There,
What?
you just see people.
Control.
You see flying cars trying to dive out of, and you're just yeah.
You know what? If thinking maybe going to the time nest worked, what if I just say stop?
So as soon as I don't know, I'm assuming you say this out loud.
Says that
It's-
out loud.
You say that the ball stops, and now you're flying towards your correlation bomb.
Tries to duck it, like do an O with body to move out of the way.
All right, you dodge it. The tether's still on you.
Uh-oh. No, he's like, oh, I dodged the bullet. Here's the tugging. Wait a minute. Oh no.
You're getting yo-yoed again.
Oh.
This is so Looney Tunes. It's just so Looney Tunes. I love it.
Eventually, 10
Is
minutes
it?
goes by, by the way. He eventually just grabs the tether on one of. I'm tired of this. Go to the ground, and he does like a hammer swing with it.
Okay. Instead of just saying, instead of pumping key into it, stopping the technique, you just want to go to the ground. So you swing it towards the ground, and you start flying towards the ground.
Core's not the brightest, as we all know. Damn, this is funny.
Ghetta's in the middle of walking, I think.
Buying candy. He just walks out the candy store.
Ghetta, you hear screaming.
Is it familiar screaming?
Oh, it is extremely familiar screaming,
You
and it's
gotta
getting
be
Oh, for the
closer.
love of God, just stop!
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
You look
Gotta be
up. You can roll dodge if you'd like. I'm just gonna say target number. Actually, do you Steven roll me strike?
I'm just gonna
Strike?
direct. I'm gonna cover the candy in fucking the magic shield thing that I fucking have or whatever, and I'm gonna direct hit myself and just give myself 29 fucking soak, a shit ton of soak.
Well, it's not gonna do any damage. Just Core, you see your brother, and you're just beelining it towards him by complete accident.
You gotta be fuck.
You want me to actually roll a strike for this?
No, I'm
No,
I'm
you
just
don't-
telling
no,
it.
no, you
I'm
don't
just letting
have
it
to.
hit me.
Okay.
So
So
regardless.
you make an energy bubble around you, Ghetta, and then Core, you see the bubble pop up, and then you see your bomb about to hit it.
How many people are nearby the bomb? How fast can I calculate that?
It's just him. I mean, he's right next to a store, but it's not gonna hurt this.
All right, so it should be fine if my bomb hits it. Then all right, we're fine. Bomb hits.
Cool. The bomb hits. You see it blow up, and then you're going towards it. Because you
Ghetta's doing the same thing. He's just standing there.
Core is going to attempt to stop his momentum by flying in the opposite direction as fast as he can. Yes, without a flying license, because he's trying not to create a crater. Because he knows what will happen if he hits his brother. His brother won't move. But
Well,
the ground.
no. He's got a like an energy barrier, so he'll be like it's like a bubble, right?
Well, I don't want to injure myself any more than I already have.
Okay.
Well, your brother's gonna
What
be
is
fine.
that?
I
That's-
don't want to die.
Just give me a straight. That's an impulse save. Give me an impulse save.
Impulse save, you evil.
Like that's what it is. That's totally what it is. It's an agility check. That's all that is.
Yeah, it's saving throws. Yeah, impulse saving throw. Yeah.
I kind of hope you roll a 1. I'm not gonna lie, because that would be
I hate you.
it'd be funny.
Roll a 10. Suck.
So you see the bubble. The bomb blows up, and you actually wipe a sweat away. Like, oh, thank God. And then you realize you're still flying towards it, and then it's like, oh. So you kind of you start the swimming motion for going up. You're
Yeah.
swim. You're trying to swim, and you actually move yourself out of the way, and now you're just floating in midair, trying to swim away.
Get down
Wait,
here.
I'm not following anymore.
You're not following anymore. You're just
Whoa.
mildly floating.
Oh. Alright. Ooh. Hey, Gheata. What are you
Get
doing
down
in this
here.
park? Okay. he descends down. I do not recommend that. I do not recommend that, Gheata, at all. Not even in the slightest. But am I gonna do it again? Hell yeah,
Of
brother.
course you are.
Are you gonna do it again right now?
No, I'm not gonna do it now. No.
No,
Why you
I
at a
would
candy
expect
store?
it.
At least you
That's what
didn't.
I expect.
At least you didn't destroy any other buildings.
In the background, you can hear the training center. You can hear parts of it crumbling.
You know, I wouldn't say
Any other
that.
building. Any other building was the key word there.
You hear Julio shout, "They're tied!"
Well, you got something. Well, at least you won something, I guess.
Core and Crest are now tied.
After Core hears that, he goes, yes, yes.
Well, I'm going back to the library. You do you.
You didn't even answer my question. I asked you what were you doing at the candy store, and you just ignored me.
There's a Majin running the library. What do you think?
Oh, she is a Majin. That's right.
He twitches. Oh god. Just go back to training. I'm gonna go back to the fucking library.
Yeah. All right. How far can I actually throw myself this time?
Don't do it outside here.
What? I have more room out here.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to train out here. Points to the
The
multiple
rules-
stores.
Standards and regulations, blah blah blah. Yeah. He starts
Are you making a bomb right now to throw yourself?
starts walking away. It's like, where's a good place to train that isn't the training system? No offense to Julio. He's just walking down the street.
How long are we gonna stay on this bit?
We're gonna move. So Eros, you make it to the library.
Are we gonna go to the different days, or are we just gonna stay on Tuesday? 'Cause we're still
God,
on.
it hasn't been days. Screw it. Okay,
It's only been
More
one
days.
day.
more days pass.
Yeah, I was about to say this session that was supposed to last for 2 hours has been going for a while, and I don't think we're seeing the end of it.
Because somebody wanted to throw themselves out the building.
You're welcome. You're welcome, audience, for the Looney Tunes Dragon Ball. You're welcome.
So, if I was, hey DM, if I was you, maybe I'd just hit the highlights right now.
Yes.
What we're doing. All right, so Eros, you spend the next few days looking up bio androids. We'll say you learn a good bit about like you learn like you the first person you obviously look up is Cell because that was the closest that was you got that information
One
from
of the names I was given, so I'm like,
Mhm.
might as well check out whoever this asshole is.
You do try to look up Mira, but a lot of that is restricted to higher class time patrollers, unfortunately. So you won't be
This
able
is
to find.
restricted to bigger Dragon Ball nerds.
Essentially, yes. Um, Other than that, there aren't very many bio androids that kind of just exist. You do look up Majin Buu and find that like he absorbs people, but his is like proper absorption, not like what you do at all.
Fair.
Other than that, you can't really find that because that's what you were looking up like bio androids, and there's
So
just not many of them.
Eros at this point is figuring out, for the most part, he's more refined in the way he absorbs shit than any of these fuckers are.
Not I
Maybe.
would, Cell. I mean, Cell was built to absorb people the way he was, so they're built to do what they do.
Yeah.
Their design intent, like their purpose of design was fulfilled. Yours just happens to be different.
Hmm.
Majin Buu is just a abnormality.
Also, Eros isn't fucking disgusting.
But to be fair, we haven't seen how you absorb anything yet, so that's left to be seen. For all we know, we might get some alien stuff.
Okay, has anyone else seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Smash cut to him just Shang Tsunning fucking people.
Actually, how I was picturing this, have any of you guys seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
I have not, unfortunately. I know it's cursed, I know.
Okay, have other people here seen it? I
A
know
little
Reese
bit.
has.
I've seen a bit of it.
Have you guys seen how Dio drinks blood?
Yes. I do believe.
Yeah, that, just jamming his fucking fingers in and just... That's how I'm picturing it.
Yep.
Oh, fuck, the grossest thing I've ever seen. One of the grossest things I've ever seen in anime is he jammed his fingers in something like that, and then kind of pulled out a blood vessel and just kind of started dangling it between his fingers and just kind of playing with it. It was gross.
Please don't make it like that. Please don't make it like
Anyways.
that.
Delicious.
So, that is Eros.
How much do you guys play Mortal Kombat?
I play it decent enough to know.
Is Shang Tsung the guy who kind of just rips your soul out?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly who he is. Yes.
If you're less powerful than him, that's basically what it is. But my boy's not fucking evil like that, so he's not gonna like take your entire fucking soul. He just needs a little, just salt.
Just a little bit.
Just a little nibble. Just a little nibble.
Let me get a little sip. That's it. That's all I want.
You just get a little sip of your fucking divine power.
That's all I want. So that is what you find out. Was there anything else that you were looking other than
Please,
that?
ma'am, may I have a crumb of divine coochie?
What the? Ah, dang it! Eros? Was there anything else you were? Your flying license.
Yes.
So that rolls after that. After you do some stunning, you do end up having to take the flying license. So you end up with like Gent, the Cerulean from before, and he's like, all right. So what we're gonna do is there's a whole loop we do around the whole. I'm gonna follow behind you and make sure everything right. So we're ready when you are. Start whenever you'd like. So all you need to do, Eros, is give me a performance check. Just straight performance.
All right.
have a feeling you're really good at that.
Performance is something you need a specialization in to have.
Oh no,
Specifically.
just
So,
there's like you should have like 3 performances, and one of them should be just blank. That's just normal performance, right? Just normal performance. I think you have one in dance or something like that for the para dance.
ease.
Yeah, so just do one of the ones that is just blank. This is just a normal performance check.
All right. So that's a 12.
Okay, so you go, you see like a bunch of markers set up once you guys get in like the sky that looks like essentially like little places where it looks like you need to fly, and so you just follow quite literally a perfect path around the whole place. And you whenever you see someone coming, you kind of just like you move to the side to let them by, and then you're making sure you're doing all
Yeah.
the like you do this thing perfectly, and you guys get back, and you just see Gent like, good job. Since you hang out with the guy who blows things up all the time, I was kind of expecting that to go way worse. Well, nice. He you see him like write some stuff down on a piece of paper, and he hands it to you. It's like, go take this to the DMFV, and they'll give you your license.
Yes, sir.
Good job, kid. And then he walks off to go do like whatever he was going to do next.
Yeah.
So you have your flying license now. You can put that in your inventory if you like, or you can just remember. Either or, you can fly in Conton City now.
Nice.
From that, we're gonna go to Gheata. What has Gheata been doing after besides
just researching or summoning. If Goku comes back, he talks to him, asks him that question about that.
Goku has not come back in the
Okay.
last 3 days.
He'll tell Core and Crest when they're both here, like as players, about that, and then they'll talk to Trunks later about the Super
So
Saiyan
have
stuff.
you told Corey yet?
Yeah, he's gonna do it both Crest and Core, yeah, at the same time, so he doesn't have to do it twice.
Okay, so you just haven't told Corey yet.
Yeah,
right?
because he's
Okay, cool. So what are you doing right now?
Studying. That's it. Universe
Okay.
7 stuff. History,
So-
past, for where I've known.
So you're still like the training stuff with Master Roshi, which intrigues you a little bit because it seems like stuff that shouldn't be training, like doing yard work and like doing schoolwork and stuff like that. It's like training the mind and the body. It's interesting, and it's not something that you particularly did on Planet Vegeta with the Saiyans. It's something new. It's very different. And just before that, you're almost to the tournament, but you haven't gotten there quite yet. You're still just like in the midst of the middle of their training and trying to. It's super interesting. So you're taking your.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. While you're Core, what is Core doing now? Over these last 3 days.
Well, between blowing up facilities
Hmm.
while trying to master this damn tether, he probably on the last day will 100% go and would try and get a flying license for once. Just
So
think
you
it'd be
started.
funny.
You found out from Gheata that Eros was gonna get a flying license. You're like, you can get those.
I thought it wasn't allowed.
I thought you couldn't
So
do that.
That's
if
why
couldn't
you can't-
get
that's why you
taxes
weren't
done
allowed.
correctly.
I'm gonna
So-
go get one now, and now no one can tell me that I can't.
Core, so so you have been preparing for the last like I don't know half hour because you're like, it should be easy. Would that be Core's attitude towards this?
Yep.
Wanting to be sure. So You get, and then you see Gent as you're about to take your test, and you just see him go, "Oh,
Hello.
I, I, I cannot believe you passed the written test."
It was easy.
Quote, there was a written test?
Eros had no problems with it.
No, I was
Like-
saying Core just looks at the guy and is just like, that fucking...
I thought we were supposed to color in the lines.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very honest with you. You gave me a piece of paper. I saw words on it, and I got scared. I had to write an essay, but then I saw film. Then I saw bubbles, and I said, "Oh, I know what to do. A B C D, A B C D." It was pretty easy.
How?
And this is the
Changing the
moment where Jet
test.
realizes they need to change the test.
Yeah, the camera changes to Getty. He's like, shit, and crumble the piece of paper. I have to rewrite that. Great.
Jen is like, "Oh dear God, I'm about to take it." Okay, we're gonna do a loop. We're gonna do a loop around the island. Okay, or the city. There are markers set up. Just follow the markers. Follow the rules of the sky, and everything fine.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah.
Whenever you're ready, give me a performance check.
What's your performance plus?
Performance. What?
It's the three.
Yeah, it's down the way.
It's underneath knowledge and perception.
This is this.
There are
Oh.
4 performances.
There are just do
Just
one
roll
of
the
them.
normal one because you
Just
don't
roll
have
a
any of
blank
them
one.
trained. Yeah.
This is gonna be fantastic.
This is gonna be a straight roll, ladies and gents.
He is gonna roll a 10. I
And
know
then he's
he
gonna
is.
roll another d10.
Fuck! I lost my dice. Fuck! Where'd it go?
It's gonna be. He's gonna find it and be like, "Hey, it's 10."
It was a 9.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
Was that perfect enough to make him pass?
Yeah.
Ah!
You only need like a 6 or 7 to pass. It's not a hard test, and like he's flown outside before. It's not that hard. So Core, you fly around and you like every so now and again you'll like kind of like almost like you're checking your just kind of turn your head to see Gent, and you just see him sweating because he's ready for and with
Ew.
nothing.
By the way, near the end, Core will just start flying backwards. He's like, "Yo, why are you so mad? Like, you look
Hey,
like you're about to cry and piss yourself."
I'm deducting points the longer you fly backwards. That is not. Don't do that.
You gonna cry? Gonna piss
No,
yourself?
I mean,
Maybe shit and
I
cum?
understand this is not good practice, but you just look like you're about to crap your pants, and I want to make sure you're okay.
I'm
Maybe
waiting for
shit and
something
cum.
to explode.
Listen. I'm not gonna correlation. I'm not gonna do that yet.
That's the problem. Please turn back around. You're about
Yeah,
to run
I
into
got
a
you.
building.
And then he turns back around.
You finished the test.
He only
Near
succeeded
perfectly.
the test because he was too afraid to do that test a second time.
All right, no, Core, you finished it almost with flying colors. Though turning around backwards, the only thing that deducted you points. That was it, and you were completely fine with it. And so he's looking at you, and he's like, "I cannot believe I'm about to sign off." So he's starting.
Die.
He's writing. It's like he gives you the paper. You flew through the sky on some tether ball last week. I don't want to hear it.
Yesterday.
You know, I was trying something new out. All right, I didn't have a flying license, and I got around that with that. Also, I forgot. I didn't even know you could get these. I completely forgot, like last week, that these things existed until Gheata told me about it. So you can thank him that I came here today.
Oh my god. You're gonna fly. All right. Please leave before I regret what I've done.
You already have, and I haven't even walked that far away.
Go to the office and get your license, and don't blow it up.
He does so.
You blow it up.
Blow it up?
No, damn it. No, he walks to the office.
So you go and get your license. You now have your flying. You can put in your inventory, or I don't care which. It's so awesome. All right, Hisashi, what have you done for the last 3 days?
Okay, so I feel like I have two things that I mainly want to focus on, which is figuring out figuring out
Mhm.
that, and more of my memories.
So, which one
So,
have you been focusing on more heavily?
um, I feel like after both those rituals, can I ask, do I get the sense that there's still important memories I don't have, or do I think I got the big stuff?
You in terms of like bad memories, you don't feel so you feel like you're probably good. Like there might be one or two, but they're not terrible.
Yeah,
Um,
alright. So the
but
biggest one was repressing her memories.
you in your mind you would say so. Now, as for like good decisions you may have made, you're not totally sure. There might be more. There might
I
be
don't care about the good
information.
decisions. This is all about self-loathing, baby.
Well, there could be information you got from different meetings. Like I said, you don't know the specifics of like the meeting about Gheata. You don't know about that meeting in particular.
Yep.
You just remember that you advocated. That's all you remember.
Uh, I'm gonna say the most immediately pressing matter is Fu.
Okay.
Uh,
So you're gonna look for
and
him.
I'm gonna say that because she mentioned she might have a picture of him. I left my dice out in the living room. She mentioned that she might have a picture
Yeah.
of him, right?
No, it's been time. Yeah, and I'd say over like the 3 days, she would definitely get that picture to you. I'll look it up.
Okay. So
I'm gonna grab the one that I'm because of technically there are two different versions of Fu, and one is bad and one is not so bad. I'm gonna try to
the
find
glasses nerd is the not so bad one, right?
they both wear glasses.
Okay. But which one looks like an English professor?
Both of them.
Which one looks
This
like a hot English professor?
I don't think either of them do. This is the picture she gives you because it's recent. Recent-ish. It's like
Oh, I
20, 30
forgot.
years
Yeah,
old.
no. For some reason, I thought this guy was more attractive than he was.
This is
Jesus.
Fu.
Oh, that haircut sucks.
I think you might be thinking of the Dragon Ball superheroes. Or not superheroes. The Super
Yeah,
Patrol.
I remember him having a better haircut.
I think.
Anyways,
I'll, so you
regardless,
start
it does
looking.
not matter. But now that I have a picture of him, is that going to make doing second sight easier?
Mm, on him, not particularly. Like you know who you're looking for better now, but the role won't change because he's still trying. Like he's keeping himself well.
Okay.
I'll actually post.
I'm...
Here is the image I think you're thinking of.
Yeah, no. That haircut's still not great, but it's better. I mean, it's just kind of Aizen's haircut.
I didn't know there was an
Yeah, it's
evil
kind of
sexy
Aizen, but
type.
shorter.
I'll post one
Anyways,
more that I think is maybe something you've maybe possibly seen. It's kind of the same, but
Oh,
it's
and
just a better
Aizen's...
angle.
Okay, yeah. Also, this is a complete side note. Aizen was hotter before when he was still wearing glasses, but that has nothing to do with anything. Anyways, okay. Yeah, so she gets the picture of him, and she's gonna try to do second sight again.
All right, so there's not a specific number for this. Just know that you need to roll really high.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Let's see how this goes. So, hey, yeah, no, okay, I remember the rule now. Oh boy, this is interesting.
Did you roll really high or really low?
You're about to see, ain't ya?
I don't know if that's a good or bad.
Let's
That's
just
kind of
say there's
scary.
4 numbers I'm adding together.
Oh, so you did. So you did get a 10. Okay.
No. Well, technically, adding is an
Oh.
interesting verb I'm using there.
Okay.
Let's say it.
1, 1, 1,
1, 1. Well, technically, because
no.
of the you have
Tomorrow
the theme
I'm
that
not
changes.
adding one of them.
Yeah, I was right. You got nat 1, and then you add 5. No,
Don't
you
forget
keep the
because
1. You keep the 1, I
no,
believe.
no, no,
I
no,
did.
don't
It's right at the beginning there.
don't forget you have the thing that changes your roll. If you
Right.
roll,
Oh, right. A cosmic
That's what I
efficiency.
thought. It's a +5 instead of -5.
mm-hmm.
I do
I
believe.
still don't think that helps.
That's what was that? So
It
that
only makes it a 19.
Yeah.
Wait,
so
what?
yeah, you
Wait.
No.
No. Yeah. No. That would make it a because +6, 17,
24.
18,
24.
19, and then +5, 24. You know what? Okay. I couldn't. If it's like bare minimum 40, even unless
it's
I got
not
3 perfect rolls in a row, even having
Hey,
adding
Ark.
key point would not help.
Hey, Ark.
Yes.
If you have 2 people with second sight using the ability, would they be able to combine their rolls?
Not necessarily because only one person is technically using second sight at a time.
That makes sense.
Would someone else be able to help?
Sure.
All right, we can say you're there helping me.
That will give you advantage.
Okay. Well then I'm gonna
Eros
reroll.
walks in, is just like, I've got coffee. Are you still working on that?
Actually, technically, that'd be a worse roll thanks to how cosmic efficiency works.
You still have karma points if you'd like to try it.
Fuck
If
it,
I'm
I'll
helping
spend a
out
karma
instead
point
of
to.
an advantage.
Well, okay, so we're gonna review what karma points do for everyone in here. You can do a lot with karma points. So you may add a solid D10 and increase the normal score by +1 because that's your base tier of power. You may re-roll a D10 if you'd like. You may see. Oh wow, that's actually that's probably the best you could do. If you want to spend so for reference, you can also spend 2 karma points to just succeed on the saving throw.
This isn't really a saving
yeah,
throw
it isn't a
though.
saving throw. Yeah.
Yep. So you can spend 1 to add a D10 or 1 to re-roll if you'd like.
Yeah. Because current. I'm not gonna re-roll because I got advantage already on this, and the thing I rolled would technically be worse. So I'm just gonna stick with my stick with the 1 because cosmic efficiency makes that better.
Add a 1 to the add a 1 to the other roll. That makes it 5. Then roll another D10.
Okay.
Because you can do it after you know the result.
Yep. Eros walks into the room. Do you need help? Her starts focusing harder.
Yeah, because actually, technically, you helping me makes it worse just because cosmic efficiency makes it so a 1 is better than a 4.
I'm assuming that was
Technically, anything below a 6 is
Yep.
actually rolling a 1 is better for me.
kind of funny, actually.
Yeah. Technically, rolling a 1 is better than a 2 through 5.
You know that's only gonna get better, right? Eventually, you can roll like if you roll a 1, you're basically getting a 10.
It's still not enough. I don't think.
You could spend one more. Well, no, you've already spent.
You said I can't stack them.
Yeah, you can't stack. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. 10.
All I need to know is it over 32.
Let me see. Okay. 1.
Your base one is 25.
Just give me a second. All right, base is 25, so I can just add to that. Sorry, I'm mathing too hard. Oh,
Well,
it's
what
definitely
did you?
over 32 then.
What is it? What did you roll?
Give me a second just to mathulate real quick.
It's 24. Oh yeah, by the way, that D10 is a solid, so if you got a 10, you can't roll another.
I'm making this overcomplicated.
Just what did you roll?
Give me a second. Just give me a second. There's a lot of numbers and my brain isn't working correctly.
It's just 24 plus what you rolled plus 1.
Give me a second. Just screaming at me more is not going to make me math better.
Okay.
Okay, it's just barely over 32.
Let's see it. So what that does is you're focusing really hard, and so a very staticky image comes through, and you do see Few, and he's like, you see him like looking around. He's like, somebody, what?
That
Oh,
isn't supposed to happen.
he looks directly at you. Goes, oh, hi.
Hello. Wait, can you actually hear me?
You sound like you're in a fish tank. How'd you
I
do
would
this?
like to ask for your assistance, Mr. Fu.
You time patrol?
Yes. There
lad,
isn't.
You guys
No.
mess up my stuff. Like all the time.
We aren't. I simply wish for you to help me identify something. You are a man who has an interest in the sciences, yes? And magic and things of that nature?
I do like to test things, yes.
I'm gonna try to mentally flash an image of the Dragon Ball to him.
So, okay, so like,
that
Hisashi, you playing with fire.
I'm not sending the Dragon Ball. I'm just sending him like, this is what I'm talking about
Image, I know.
mentally.
So like, essentially,
playing with
fire. he's sending you what is essentially a message. Like it's like you're connecting to something on his end. So like he has his own. Essentially, you're connecting to his crystal ball. So on his crystal ball, you send him like an image of this Dragon Ball, and you see because like the image of him never wavers. You just see him like lower his glass. What is this?
That's what I want you to help me figure out. It apparently has similar energy that were produced by the corruption during the time of the Canton City Hero.
Man, I miss that guy. He was fun. I'm sorry, what? Right.
Eros in the background.
Do you
just
believe
waves.
this is something you could identify? We're only going to do it under controlled circumstances
Oh,
where
you're no
we know
fun.
you aren't going to do anything.
Oh, you're no fun. That's no fun.
Do you want to look at the cool special Dragon Ball you've never seen before?
That's not fair. That's not fair. You see him literally like he's like in a chair. You just see him start spinning around.
Are you 5?
Hey, I don't go around making fun of people's reactions to things.
And technically, yes.
Sorry, I'm sorry. But please, we need you. You are one of the only people.
How do I know that this isn't some kind of trap that the Time Patrol is setting out for me? You guys tried that once. I don't
The
like
Time
that.
Patrol doesn't. Do you want me to be honest with you for a second here?
I do appreciate honesty, yes.
The Time Patrol has mostly stopped caring about you once you stopped messing with them.
You see him open his mouth and like and then you see him look real sad. It's like, oh come on, man! Like, don't even ask about me anymore.
No, they just kind of. You're not like a threat anymore, so they just kind of let you do your own thing.
Oh, I'm not a threat.
I mean, I'm glad you don't think bad of me, but like you at least care a little.
Well, I care because right now you are one of the only people left from the demonic realm. You are one of the only people from the demonic realms who has even an off chance of complying with us.
I ain't even like the only. I mean, you could go back in time and ask like Toa or Deborah. I don't think they'd help, but you know, you could try. I know Demigod won't help. He's mean.
I heard that Toa would not be help.
Probably not. Let's be honest. She was mean. Kind of did her own
And
thing.
from what I put together, are the least mean of them.
You could just say I'm nice.
I don't know you personally. We've
It's fair.
just
You know
met.
what? That's totally fair.
Regardless, is this something you might be able to help with?
Let's tell you what. It's not every day that someone manages to get through all my magic barrier stuff. So you tell you what, I'll think about it and I'll get back to you.
Okay. I
Okay,
will.
I'm
Thank you
gonna.
for the consideration.
Okay. Thank that. Yeah. Can't believe someone got through all those locks I made. That's like. You see him literally. You see him wave his hand, and then the connection straight up ends, and you lose all of it.
I don't know if I did the right thing. I say, looking up at
Seems rude.
Well, I mean, I don't think you saw any of that technically.
If someone's using the crystal ball, can you just see it in the crystal ball?
That's a good question, actually.
I'm pretty sure Bobbity's done that, where it's just been.
Yeah,
I'm
he
not sure
can-
Bobbity
he
was
can
using
see.
second sight.
No, he just has access to be able to. He can see like what's in his ship and what people near his people can see. But so like the connection was really weak. So it's like I would say Eros, you probably kind of saw and heard it, but it was really garbled and really distorted. So it was kind of hard.
It was like looking at somebody with a shitty Skype connection.
Yes, that's exactly what it was like.
Pixels.
Oh God.
If I
Anyways.
wanted, I could have just got
So
on
what
my
you're
phone.
telling me is in reality,
You
that
just-
shit did not go nearly as quickly as it did.
No.
So, and
No.
also, Pew does actually not have any magical barriers. He just went and placed that magic perception is shit.
No. I would really like to think that, but no.
He basically went like, you know, like when you're in like you travel out to your grandpa's cabin or whatever. Wow, the air sucks.
You went
That's
robo
what Pew did.
so that worked. But yeah, so
Actually, funnily enough, my grandfather's internet's better because his area has fiber optic internet, but that doesn't matter.
what essentially happened was a few reinforced his locks, and that is what like shut you out. So there's a high chance you're not getting in contact with him again. He's gonna contact you.
Yeah, I hope he does call me back. But anyways, that's my scene.
Yep,
I think that's everyone.
Have we done everybody?
that's everyone for the week. So
Okay.
let's do a really quick recap before we end the episode. Eros got his
Yeah.
flying license and got updates concerning his attaining perfection. Gheata, one has learned about Super Saiyans and just lore in
I thought the
general.
Acrosian is the first one to learn about Super Saiyans.
Hisashi has
Weirdly
unlocked some
canon.
Hisashi has unlocked some gaps in her memory, and has initiated contact with Few, and Core has nearly trained up his new technique, and got a
And
flying
also
license.
did some Looney Tunes shit.
He did a lot of Looney Tunes stuff. So thank you everyone for joining us on this fun. This was a great downtime session to have after last time, and I hope you'll join us next time on Dragonball Idiots. See you later.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace.